What is going on, everybody? It is every other Wednesday night, and you know that means it is time for Seven Most Wild Down South Boys Talking Toys. I am Down South 77, and with me, as always, is my cousin.
Elon Sleazebagano. Bob
I,
Blender, what's up?
I was a little disappointed. I thought we were going to get a Elon Sleaze Bagano appearance tonight for a little while.
Man, I thought about it too, and I kind of packed the stuff up, but because we have a special reveal later, um, I thought okay, it'd be kind of a lot to, whatever. But
Yeah,
if you
it
if you
probably would.
do if you do want an Elon Sleazebagano appearance, then you can always go and watch the video.
That is right, and we're gonna talk about that. Let's see. I thought I made a banner. Yeah, there we go. Star Wars. Let's May the power of the Force. So talk about those here in just a little bit.
Yeah,
So,
man.
um, so what do you got going on? I always ask Crow how the weather is, but I know where the weather is where you
Yeah,
are.
you
How
know
the
how the
weather
weather
is.
is
So,
here. Yeah.
what you been up to today? You were off today.
Well, we have had clear skies, partly cloudy, traveling approximately about 5 foot 11 and a half off the ground at this current moment. And yeah, no, I talked about it last night with Matthew too. So you know this. My mom and sis are in Italy right now, enjoying themselves, taking in the culture. Something I've always wanted to do. I would absolutely love to do that someday. But um, but they had a 10-hour flight over to Italy Tuesday afternoon here, I guess. Whatever. Anyway, whatever you call it. And so yeah, man, just did that and been in touch with them and chilling. I'll be honest with you. Anybody that's watched the review of the Sleaze Bag and No figure last night, and you know this, I stayed up until about 6:30 a.m. to finish it and publish it.
About 30
Um,
minutes before you were due to publish
30
it.
about 30 minutes, maybe 45 minutes before it was supposed to be done. And it's so funny because Punk with Toys messaged me and said, "Hey, you're gonna have it." He actually said it during the stream last night with
Yeah,
Matthew on the Evening Blend,
saw that.
and he was like, "Hey, you gonna have your video ready?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And we'll get into it. If you want to know how the sausage is made, I'll tell the story. I don't mind. I don't care because you guys out there do reviews and do videos about figures and stuff, and I don't normally. So that requires me to learn on the fly and also come up with ideas on the fly. And sometimes those ideas that you planned 2 or 3 weeks ago don't work out. So maybe we can get into that. That'd be fun to talk about, maybe, and kind of let everybody know, hey, this is what happened, and hopefully you like the result. But it was fun. It was fun. But I was up super late, like super. Well, I say super late. For most people, they're getting up going to work.
Yeah.
So such is the life.
Yeah, I was you.
Such
You
is,
published that probably about the time my alarm was going off. Was
it's pretty.
when you went to bed. At least I was probably it was about when I was getting up.
That was cutting it. That was cutting it super close, but I did not want to disappoint. And look, Punk's been a good friend. Uh, he's been a good dude with me, and I've had back and forth with him and stuff. But the one thing I don't want to do with really anybody is disappoint, and I don't want to let somebody down. And if I say, hey, I'm going to do this, especially something like this, it's like, hey, I need to get it done. So no matter how long it takes, so we'll get into it. That'd be fun. I talked to you earlier,
Yeah,
so it'd be a fun conversation.
yeah. We'll talk a little bit about the because I we hadn't been on since mine went up either. So of course a
No,
lot
I
a lot
know.
about mine.
We
So
need to talk about
um,
that too.
yeah, we'll because nobody as of yet has figured it out. So I guess we'll have to reveal what it was.
There's
So
one person that did, I think, and he's in here right now, and he said that he would be drifting in and out. I won't give it away, but there is one person in here
okay,
that I'm pretty sure. Well, no, there's two people that I know of, but one person he's not here. But anyway, whatever. Let me stop
well,
talking and let's let you talk for a change.
let's go ahead and say what's going on, and we'll go ahead and holler at the chat while we got a minute here, because it's kind of been rolling along, and I don't want to get too far behind if other people show up. So
Yeah, for sure.
same time toys, is anybody know where I can get a death stick? What's going on, Shane?
I do.
He knows a guy. Pop knows a guy.
I responded to him actually. I don't know if you see it. I know it's not starred, but
Yeah, you can see it right there. So it's a grit. It's a grit stick.
Yes, it's a grit.
Son of a crayon slayer is here. Hey now, curse you, Shane, for being first, but I was first to hit the like. Yes, everybody can
Hell
grab
yeah! Hit the like button, damn it!
Always hit that like, and I always forget to say it till about halfway through. So,
me too.
Crusty old crow's in the house. I'm here, but I'm also watching my hockey team shit the bed, so I'll be in and out.
Oh no!
Hello, Pop. Hello, DS. Hello, chat. So
Maple Leafs. Maple Leafs are is that? Am I right? I mean, he'll probably correct me on that, but I thought it was Maple Leafs were in the playoffs, but I haven't kept up with the hockey playoffs or NBA for that matter. But I think he's talking about Maple Leafs.
It's them and the Senators, I believe, because the Senators are his home team, but that's not his team.
Washington? Ottawa. That's right.
Ottawa. The hockey team, not the basketball team.
I'm thinking baseball.
Baseball.
And then I'm like,
baseball.
Wait, that's not even baseball anyway.
Yeah, see, I don't even know.
It's the Nationals. I'm like, hello.
I don't even know. It's sports. I don't sports anymore. I quit doing that a while ago.
I understand.
Derek Holloman's in the house. What's going on, Derek?
Derek.
How you doing, man?
Yeah, hell yeah.
Let's see. Roman Graham is here. What's up, Roman?
Roman Graham.
We got Triple D's Dungeon in the house. What's going on, Triple D?
Yes.
Or Dave, as some of us know him.
I can't wait to see Dave next month.
Yeah.
Can't wait to see Dave.
Dave's fun, man. I can't either. Dave's fun, man. Crusty old crow. I want to see James Franco playing Pop Blender, playing sleaze back on a hoe. Smell Oscars.
Could be. Lovely comment, Crusty old crow. You are amazing and lusciously lovely. Beautiful man. Beautiful man.
Let's see. Yeah, the Leafs. The Leafs with sleepy Pac-Man ghosts man face is what I see there. So versus Florida, Ottawa got eliminated. So I go to Crow for all of my hockey news.
Why not? Hello.
Get all of my hockey news from Crow. Shane, same time toys. What's good, guys? I'm finally home. Well, you were here earlier. Did you?
No,
that was a quick trip.
Hey, you know how it is, man. We all scroll, we all check, we all look, and then make a comment, right? We all do it, even if you're not quite there yet. We all do it. It's what the heck.
Menjoza's in the house. What's going on, man? Welcome home, Shane. Is that because you tell me about hockey, or did your team just score? I don't.
No, I think I think he's just talking about what happens when you get older, and when that does happen, you want to pronounce it to the world.
Yeah, you
got to let everybody know.
Something has happened.
Doesn't happen that much, so when it does happen, it's like a big freaking deal.
Something has happened. It's like Bubba Hotep, the Bruce Campbell, where he's in the bed in the nursing home, and he's like, any little thing, you just be happy to have some feeling.
Just stab me in the knee. What was it, Talladega Nights? When he take those scissors or whatever the hell, just stab me, Oh yeah, that's it.
Menjoza says you're a thespian of the highest caliber, good sir.
Hey, sometimes when you're feeling it, you just it's like being on stage, Menjoza. You just have to feel the arts flow through you, and then talk about the fine gourmand will.
Yes, through you it will flow.
Although if I will say, I think I said if I do say so myself about 78 times during that.
You did. You should go back and put a counter on it.
You
You,
know what? That'd be fun to go back and do one like that and go
we,
do the was it the movie sins or whatever where they're like bing
yeah.
bing.
Or you could turn it into a drinking game. You'd be
Oh
hammered
no,
in 15 minminutes.
well the review's only 14 minutes long, so
Yeah,
someone
there you
might be
go.
dead.
There you
Actually,
go. Let's see. Saw somebody else. Eric
Eric, yeah.
Thurman is in the house. What's going on, Eric?
Hello.
And
Yeah.
Todd C says, "Ready or not, here I come. You can't hide. Gonna find you and take it slowly."
Slowly, ready or not, here I come. You can't hide. You remember that song? Gonna
No,
find you and take it slowly. Fuji's?
no, I don't remember that. I remember "Killing Me Softly" with this song. Was that the Fugees?
It was, but it wasn't the original. That was a remake. They
Yes.
call that a cover song.
A cover. That's what that is. So,
It's true.
let's see. Read through, get through
Like
some of this.
this.
Yeah. Have you seen Bubba Hotep Crow? I imagine that you have. It's pretty funny. I read the book or the short story before it was a movie, and Bruce Campbell was perfect for
Bruce
that role.
Campbell's perfect, period. But, like, that's just what a awesome person. Actor.
Yeah, man, dude's funny. I'd like to meet Bruce Campbell someday.
Maybe
Maybe he'll
Spider-Man
be.
stuff too when he was in the Spider-Man movies.
Maybe he'll be at one of the cons. Who knows?
Yeah, we'll talk about some cons in a little while, and we'll talk about a con that's going to be here too this weekend. Actually,
Yep, this weekend.
One that I would say I'm looking forward to if I wasn't working, but I may just go all in and meet Star Wars Theory because that's somebody that I would like to at least say hello to. And it seems like a genuine dude. And he's supposed to be here in Nashville. I wish I knew what he was doing on Friday before or Friday night, because I'd try to hook up with him and find out where he's going to eat.
Shit, go to the bar at that hotel.
I would. He usually stakes out places, to go do stuff. I may look at his social media and see. Not to be a creeper, because I mean honestly, I'm not that kind of person, but I do watch a lot of Star Wars Theory stuff. I think he's a genuine dude. I think he makes really good content and catches a lot of hate because he doesn't like the sequel trilogy. And I'm like, why would you catch a lot of hate for that?
Yeah, that's like most everybody that I hear talk about it is that don't like the sequel trilogy. So.
Yeah, I don't know.
Well, some people, like when they go out, when they travel like that, they'll post that. You're talking about looking at it on social media. They'll be like, hey, if anybody's here for this, we're gonna go here.
Come out,
this night. Yeah,
right.
We're gonna go
That's
to Hooters
true.
or whatever. So
Dang,
people do that.
let's go to Hooters.
There is a Hooters in that city. There is a Hooters in Murfreesboro.
There is. You are correct.
Which you would think would be a better Hooters because it's a college town, but it's really not a very good one.
No, not so much.
It's kind of a sad Hooters.
And that's saying something, right? Like it's
a
sad Hooters. It's like, damn, that's awful.
It sounds like a country song.
Saying the words "sad Hooters." I mean, that's just awful.
There was a time, though, my friend. There was a time.
There was a time.
So Dave says, I don't particularly like the prequel trilogy, but I still did a video. Look for it before the end of May. So you did wind up getting in on May the Power of the Force. Good to hear, Dave.
All right.
I'm glad you were able to hop in there. Todd says, Hooters is endangered Hooters.
Yeah, no, it is. They've closed down several.
Yeah.
They were going to do a uniform change a little while back, and then I think maybe they held off or so. I can't remember, but whatever. I mean, it is what it is. All of a sudden, culture comes for Hooters when they've been open for 40 years or more.
Right.
It's like, and you just now figured out that they wear skimpy shorts and tank tops and, oh, by the way, pantyhose. It's like, come on.
Yeah, it's pretty sad, and honestly, that will be the death knell if they ever actually do change the uniforms
Oh,
and
100%.
lengthen them
100%.
or
No.
whatever. That'll be the end of it. So,
All the old men that go in there trying to be the sugar daddy, well, I mean, at that point, I mean, well, maybe it won't stop them, but a lot of people it would. I mean, it's just
you know,
being honest. I mean, that's just it's just the truth of it.
yeah, it will. It'll kill it. And somewhere else I see that more than at Hooters is at Twin Peaks.
Oh
Twin
no!
Peaks, dude.
Did they
Uh,
tighten things up, so to speak?
oh no, no. I mean, like the old men with the sugar daddy
Oh,
thing.
oh
Dude, it's way worse at
yeah,
Twin Peaks.
yeah. No,
Uh,
absolutely. Because Twin Peaks is like, hey, we don't care,
we don't care. Me
and
and
we'll
my
we'll do what we want to do.
me and my cousin Jason have gone a few times, and he called me up. He called me up one Saturday morning at like it's like 10:30, and I stayed up all night. I was still in bed. I don't even know how I knew the phone was ringing, and it was like 10:30, and I answered it. I was, like, hello. I was like, what you doing, cuz? I'm like, I'm in bed. He's like, why don't you get your ass up and meet me at Twin Peaks? I'm like, I'm over here by it, picking some stuff up, and I want to go over there and look at some titties. I'm like, well, uh, it's like, all right, man, I guess, like, let me get up and get dressed. Like, I got this and that I want to do today. He was like, get your ass over here. It's lingerie day. All
Oh
right, well,
well, hell.
since you
Who?
said you talked me into it, you just twist my arm.
I mean, come on now. Like, yeah, it looked like a Rick James video. Come
Oh
on,
my
Rick.
God, it
Give
did.
it to me,
So,
baby.
where I was actually going with that was, so I was over there one time and I saw that very scenario like take place. Like I saw a dude was sitting there and he was by himself and he was eating, he's having a few drinks, and chick kept coming by, and he's clearly, tipping and whatever. So um looks like they're talking for a minute. Well, next thing you know, she leaves. I see her go to the back, and I'm like sitting by where they have to go in and out. And she goes to
Yeah.
the back, and she comes out, and she's put on a little bit of clothes and stuff like that. And she goes out and she leaves. And I just happened to be sitting, and I see her walk out. And I mean, I was looking; she was hot, but she just caught my eye going out to the car.
Darn.
Yeah, and she goes out to the car, and I was like, I didn't think nothing about it. And then I turn back around, eat a bite of food or whatever, and I look, and this dude's going out the door, and it's like that's kind of conspicuous, And so I watch, and he goes out and gets in. It was his car, and it was like a Lexus, and where the Twin Peaks is near me, so
Yes.
and I was like, yeah, I wonder what's going on there. But hey, good for her. I hope she got to drive the car.
No, I'm sure she has a $60,000, $70,000 vehicle. Yeah, of course.
Probably went to
Hey,
her $3,500 a month apartment over there that he's paying for. So
takes all kinds, man.
yeah,
I tell you, that's
whatever.
for
If
sure.
that's your
Right.
hustle, I ain't gonna knock it. So
Right.
uh, Eric says it's graduation weekend here and going to be nuts at work. I bet it
Oh, I
is at
bet.
your work.
Yeah.
I bet it
Yeah.
will be.
Yeah.
Um,
100%.
And I didn't comment on your latest video because I hate peas, and not even you can make peas taste good, Eric. Not to me. I'm sorry.
Mix them up with some corn, and
Maybe if you fry them, we could have fried peas.
well, I mean, anything fried's pretty
we
good.
we fry everything else down here.
Okay. Yes, we do.
No, Eric probably could make the peas taste good. I just give him
Oh, I'm
shit.
sure.
Woody's Power Force video was all time. It was really good. Did you watch Woody's yet? His naked
uh,
C3PO.
no, actually,
Oh,
I
you
haven't.
you
So
got to check
because
it out.
I told you I've missed. I think I've missed. They don't always show up, and that's something else I want to get into with you about the promotion of them. Not that it's not people don't know, but I if it was a little tighter, I think a lot of people would be able to catch them because they maybe show up in your feed, or there's that hashtag kind of thing. But there's a few that like just haven't shown up for me, and then there's a few that have. So, but no, I need to. I'm actually gonna look it up right now, and I am going to make sure I have it queued up for when you and I get done, because I want to watch
Well,
it for sure.
Woody's is funny. Mendoza said he was considered a toxic fan because it's not a lightsaber if it doesn't have a control box on it. I guess he's
Hell,
talking about Star Wars theories, lightsabers, maybe.
um, those sabers. I mean, they resemble the,
I don't know.
they
Clarify.
when you make and he may clarify in the chat.
That's what I meant.
Yeah,
He might have been talking about something else.
when you're not an official like maker of the brand, right? When you don't have the contract, then you have to give names, like special names. So for instance, Anakin's saber from when he was like in Attack of the Clones might be called the Chosen One
Yeah.
instead of Anakin's lightsaber, right? The Obi-Wan Kenobi might be like the Hermit from when he was on Tatooine, like that kind of stuff. So you have to get creative with it, and he's not the only saber company to do it.
Oh no.
But as far as the control boxes, like I actually have one. Now it was a basic one. It was a buy one get one free. I got one for me and my son because these are actual ones that you can duel with, and you can actually clack these some bitches together. And if you hold it down for like 2 seconds or 3 seconds, then like you can change the color of it, see? And then you just stop it when you want it to be what you want it to be on. So like this is actually red for Vader. But even the sounds of it, it has like the sound of Kylo Ren saber, Vader saber, Obi-Wan saber, Yoda saber. But so the control boxes, I don't know. I don't know how they do that shit. I mean, it's, I think it's really cool, but the hilt is really the big deal about it, right? So if you get one of those sabers and you buy one that resembles Luke's from A New Hope or something like that, then obviously it's going to resemble it. They just can't name it Luke's saber.
Yeah.
This is just a basic one. We wanted my son and I, to duel with, and you can actually see, look at this. See how it flashes?
That's cool.
This shit is awesome, dude. We had so much fun with these like a couple years ago, and then
I've seen you guys duel.
But like everything, it's like you sometimes you kind of forget about it. You put it on the shelf, and then you're like, oh hell yeah, this thing is awesome. I forgot all about this thing. Yeah. And so I don't know. I would like to. Okay. So I see what Menjo's saying. Well, hang on. I thought.
No, that was it.
Okay, and yes. I can drive stick.
I can't, not well, but I can drive one.
I love driving a stick shift.
I do not want to work to commute. If I got to get somebody to the hospital in one, I can get you there. It's funny. I can drive a dump truck, but in a car, like I grind the shit out of. I've never owned a manual. I never had any desire to, but I had to drive one. I just don't prefer them, I can get you to the hospital in one, but you might not have clutch left.
Oh no.
Dreadnought K6 is in the house.
Hell on? What's up, Dreadnought?
Dreadnought K6 and Matthew Matson says wasabi peas.
Yeah, baby, Matthew.
Wasabi them peas.
What's up, man?
I like that triple D's. And you can mix peas with corn if you want to ruin corn.
That's great. Well, but you know what I'm saying? Like people mix peas and carrots, right? And mashed potatoes, and you mix that up all together. And like, peas, carrots, mashed potatoes. Hey, folks, don't knock it till you tried it. That's some bomb ass shit.
I do like peas in stuff, but not on their own.
Okay. No, I can't argue with that. The one thing that surprised me a few years ago, and even to this day, my son, he doesn't mind peas as a side item, just straight out the freaking can. And I'm like, really? Like, I didn't know any kid that liked peas except for a baby. And, but he's okay with peas. And it shocked me a few years ago. And he'll eat them if you make them. It's rare, but.
Yeah. And I don't like them, man. But your son has some weird culinary tastes. So.
Culinary, clothing, time period, like, and I wouldn't even call it weird. He just, it's very distinct and different.
Eclectic.
culturally like the norm nowadays. He's very different 17-year-old. And for that I appreciate, because there's a lot of shit he's not into that kids are into these days, and
Yes,
I am a-okay with that.
that is for sure.
My
Purple Elf
bad.
is here. She says that is all I own, which is stick shifts, and can
Hell
attest to that.
yes. Hell
Yeah, that's,
yes.
can attest to that.
Eric Thurman drove a stick an hour ago. See,
Yep.
they're harder to find now, man. So
Oh
here's the
yeah,
deal, folks. If you came in here to hear about toys for the first little while, you're shit out of luck. Okay, that's
yeah.
just how it
Most of the
goes.
time,
I'm sorry, but evidently, looking at the numbers and people that's hanging out with us, you don't mind. And so, yeah, no, I look. I love it. They're harder to find these days. And now, instead of making a true stick shift with a clutch, they give you the little button that you can push on your automatic shifter, and you can move it to the side and then click it up and down or left and right. You know, it's like and so you can manually shift. You just don't have the pushing in the clutch part of it, which
yeah.
in rush hour traffic's a bitch, but regular driving, man, I'd miss kind of that push and pull of a stick and a clutch and everything.
Once you're moving, it's fine. It's like once you're going, once you're in like third or fourth, it's all right.
Figuring out when you need to be like third, fourth, or fourth, fifth, because it might be 40 or 45. It could be 45 or 55. And so there's always like this little kind of, like, well, I guess I could ride it in fourth, but maybe if I ship it up to fifth, but I'm not pressing on the gas and it's really not giving it. It's a feel thing. It's a feel thing,
Yeah.
and I equate it to probably driving a race car in a way, in a very lower level way of driving a race car.
I know when it's time to shift when it goes into that, and when it's in the red, and I'm like, all right, well, I think it's time to go up.
Yeah, no,
And when
I
it
get
gets
it.
into the orange, like it's
And
6.
it kind of seems like everybody's kind of got an opinion about the stick shifts. Really, if you look at the chat, you can
I'm
see
like the only
everybody's.
one that doesn't like a stick shift.
It's funny. Everybody else is like, yeah, hell yeah. The fake manual stick, right? Purple,
Fake
purple
manual.
elf, and but even semis are automatic now. Hell,
Yeah.
not only automatic, they don't even have a driver, right?
Yes.
Like some of them don't even have a driver now.
Oh shit! While we're talking about driving, hold on. We got to get off. We got to get off of this and off of the peas. But
Off the
Matthew
pace.
says I like peas as a kid. Hadn't having them except in frozen dinners for a long time. Yeah, since I haven't been made to eat them, I don't fuck with them. So
No, I
um,
get it. I get it totally.
uh, farmers market sugar snaps. Well, I mean that's better. You're getting a little better. So. See, Matthew drew up driving standards, had all 3, got so good I could shift without the clutch. Oh yeah, well yeah, when you do it all the time, there's a lot of people. Purple Elf,
Oh
yeah,
yeah.
there's a lot of people that can do that without needing the clutch. So I was going to there you go. Doesn't matter if the starter goes out.
Yeah,
That
roll it, roll
starter.
start. Man, I used to roll start all the time, baby. That's you'd pop it, and it'd just be like ka-junk, and then you'd start your car. You're good.
I think every manual that my brother ever owned, you had to do that too, at least part of the time he owned it.
You
So.
don't say. Can't find it, grind it. Oh my
That's
God. I ain't heard
right.
that in forever.
Yeah, you ain't mind it,
Oh,
grind it.
God, Viper
Roger
Scout.
roll.
What's up? Yeah, right. Viper Scout in the
Viper
house.
Scout.
What's up, man?
So while we're talking about transitioning from vegetables to automobiles,
Yeah, right. Speaking of
uh,
transitioning
yeah,
and shifting gears, let's shift
shifting gears. I saw some crazy shit yesterday on my way home from work. I was on the interstate, and I felt like Chunk in Goonies. Because after I saw this and the initial shock of it kind of went over me, I was like, "Oh wow, I just saw a police chase." So I'm on the interstate and I go by an exit, and my GPS, my phone pops up. The thing is like,
right.
"Police reported ahead." I'm like, "All right, well, So I'm coming around a corner. There's an exit, and there's a cop sitting there with his lights on. Don't have anybody pulled over. He just sitting there like, maybe, I don't know, taking a nap. I don't know. So I get like another, maybe not even, maybe a half a mile, perhaps. And there's some trees in the median, and the trees break, and I see this car beat all to shit, and it was uh like a crossover. It wasn't a minivan, but it wasn't an SUV. I couldn't tell what it was. It had at least one tire that looked flat, and the side of it, the driver's side, was raked all the way down it. And he's real slow getting on the interstate, like from the shoulder. And I'm like, oh damn, that car's jacked up. I guess, like, what do you think? The guys broke down. Like the guys broke down, and he
Right.
fixed it, and he's getting back in traffic. So as soon as I pass that, and I'm just thinking like, oh well, it sucks to be that guy. I saw a state trooper and another state trooper, and I was on the other side doing 73, so I didn't get a good count, but there were at least a dozen state troopers behind this dude, fanned out with lights on. This was low speed. Dude was
Wow.
getting back on the interstate from the shoulder. So I think they rolled spike strips to stop this
Oh,
dude.
okay.
The first cop that I saw was at the exit waiting to see if he went up the exit to block him. There were at least a dozen cops behind this dude, state troopers, before the county police and the sheriffs started. There were at least a dozen highway patrol
Holy
cars behind this
crap.
dude. And I was like, and I forgot to look. I meant to look last night and see if I saw it on the news. Yeah, I mean, Jose, it was the most amazing thing I ever saw.
When was this?
Yesterday.
Today? Yesterday.
Yesterday, between it was between
What
like
interstate?
it was on 24, but
You
somewhere
don't
between
say.
like Manchester and Murfreesboro, somewhere in that stretch. Well, it wasn't a white Bronco. It was white. It was a white whatever it was.
See, that's I'm trying to look up real quick just because I want to see, and I was just trying to see if like there's
News.
something like 4 years ago, 2 months ago, Interstate Chase, Manchester,
So sometimes it was probably like it was between Manchester and Murfreesboro.
Rutherford County.
Probably whichever one is past that before
Okay.
Franklin.
Interesting. I don't know. Maybe I could find something about it, but you know how it is. Sometimes you end up
takes
with
a
shit
couple
that
days,
right?
before it hits the
Man,
news.
Damn,
Yeah,
boy. There's some sad stories when you look.
We always talk about the stuff that we see in the news as bad as it's getting around, Nashville and stuff. But this was the kind of stuff you see on like national news from like a big city, Chicago or Atlanta, maybe LA.
Yeah,
so
sure.
One of those. It was one of them kind of chases.
Hell. I might have found it.
Uh-oh.
I might have found it. Wild chase goes through 3 counties. Suspect through Davidson, Williamson, and Rutherford County. Damn, okay. I know everybody's probably like, oh,
yeah,
wow,
like, we don't care.
It's like, well,
Talk
this
about
is exciting
vegetables.
news. And then I look up the article on the local news channel, but it's a video. And it's like, no, I want the article, asshole. I don't want the video. Nobody wants to sit through 45 seconds worth of ads for the local air conditioning company and the local refrigeration.
Shit popping up everywhere that you got to X out trying to play and flash.
That's the worst, man.
Yeah. So, G.I. Jetman is in the house. What's going on, G.I.
Hell
Jetman?
yeah. What's going on?
G.I. Jetman has done his first couple of streams and videos.
Yep. Excited for some MCU products coming out here soon, from what I understand. Definitely. A few things coming out. And talking about Doomsday on his live stream the other day.
Yep. And he talked about the today I was not able to catch it. I told him I was going to try and catch it, but I was in here trying to get some stuff saved for tonight. I believe he talked about the big story in baseball right now. So go over to GI Jetman's channel and check out his commentary.
There you go, baby.
Yeah, newspaper gets all personal. Yeah, because it's a small town. Yeah, that's how the one is around here, kind of. But we're not quite to the point where we have to have our own caught or locked up paper with mugshots here. Now, where Pot Blender's at, they got 2 or 3 different versions.
This, yeah, true story. Yeah, I was just trying to look it up because I thought it'd be kind of fun to bring up, just look at and just be like, okay, yeah, that's the chase. But it did happen. I did see the story, but we're not gonna watch a video about it. But yeah, no, sometimes when you see stuff like that, man, it's crazy. I almost got clipped by a someone running from the police on the same interstate, and then I almost got clipped by the police car that was chasing him at like 110, 15 miles an hour. Yeah. And I was in the far left lane, and then I saw him coming up. I saw the lights from way back, and I tried to adjust and get over depending on where they were at. And as I moved over into the far left lane, because the car was on the far right side, he cut over all the lanes, and he missed my front bumper by probably about maybe 6 feet. And when someone's going 115 miles an hour, 6 feet can be basically an inch, right?
Yeah, it's a pretty small margin of error.
And of course, I was in the far left lane, so I couldn't pull over. And then the cop that was, following him, he basically cut me off too. And I mean, I was trying to slow down, but you got people behind you that aren't paying attention. They don't realize there's lights in their rear view. And that cop cut me off too, man. He wasn't as close, but he was damn close, man. That shit was scary. I was like, it's like trying to figure out what's their next move, because I don't want to just get slammed into from behind. So, like, what do I need to do here? Same interstate, but yeah, that stuff like that's crazy, man. It really is. And, if you ever see it.
That interstate can kiss my ass. I hate driving.
Well, I heard that. I got stronger words than that, but I'll leave them. I'll leave them.
So let's see.
Yeah, I would have checked him if I didn't give a shit about my car.
So yeah, you can be like some of these other people driving around, and we talked about that, bumpers hanging off and shit. So
Lord, yeah.
So it's all day around here. So not going to go into the rest of that conversation. But all right. So
what do you have on the docket for today that you've maybe got that you want to kind of get into a little bit? And then I've got something pulled up that you and I discussed, an hour and a half ago or whatever.
All right. So, got a few things. First, let's look at these, because I've been kicking this can around for a little bit. I had these last week with Crow, and me and Crow actually forgot to completely look at these.
Oh yeah, that's right. I remember you saying that.
So
we'll take a look.
Look at these real quick. So we got the in-hand versions of the green shirts, and these are from somebody named JB that got the green shirts. So like that dude, kind of a was it Courtney B. Vance kind of look to this dude. And then there you go with the helmet. You got your helmet with the visor, got the suspenders. Now this is Stalker's gear. Is that right? Yeah, Stalker's gear.
Is that it? Yeah.
What do you think about these?
Has anybody made any mentions on these pictures about the color of the green? Because there's something I want to say about that. Okay. So here's what right off the top of my head I could see where people jump in and they go, what is that color? I mean, what is that color? Like that's not right. It's not green. It looks yellow. It's mustard or what. But the thing of it is, the lighting has so much to do in a lot of these pictures, especially when they're either A, unauthorized, B, snuck out the door like some that we see, and C, it's just the lighting. It's hard to tell. You really can't get a great idea of what that color actually really looks like. I know it looks like you can, but sometimes people have settings on their phone for you know what I mean? Like there's all kinds of shit that a lot of people just don't even think about. And so look, the first thing that popped out to me when I saw this was the color. Because I'm like, okay, that's Yeah, green shirt. I mean, I don't know would I even call it that because it doesn't quite look it, but I think it's a lighting trick. I think it's the lighting where this picture is being taken. I think this figure is going to look different when you
Yeah,
actually see it in person.
I think they're going to look different in hand too. Now, one might say that that uniform is the color of peas.
Oh, well, well. Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, I could see that. I
Yeah.
could Exorcist style
So there are,
pea soup.
um, there are people like, oh, it's too dark, it's too light, whatever. I think I think it's the lighting. I think it's going to look fine in
I really
hand.
do. I really do.
And then here is this guy. What was the name of the dude that was in that movie? Was it Gladiator, where
Who?
the
Russell
white
Crowe?
dude? No, not that Gladiator. I think it was called. It was also called Gladiator. It was a white guy and a black guy, and they were boxing. What was the name of the dude in that movie? Does anybody remember what the hell I'm talking about?
Gladiator
he was
from
in.
the 80s or something?
It was from the 90s, I think.
Man, I don't
Maybe it's not
know.
called Gladiator. I was thinking it was Gladiator, but he looks like that dude. I'll have to find the movie, but it was this white guy and this black guy, and I think they were friends and they were having
War
each
Chest probably
other.
knows. He said it's what is it? The
So
with
War
Cuba
Chest.
Gooding Jr. Is that Clint Jorgensen says a boxing movie? No, it's not Magic Mike.
It's not Magic.
Eric, you fucking stupid. That's great. Warrant did the soundtrack. Oh, now you're gonna send me down a rabbit hole, War Chest, looking for Warrant's
That
White Tiger.
that sounds right.
White Hype. Great White Hype?
No, it wasn't great. No, it wasn't Great White Hype. No, Damon Wayans wasn't in it.
Well, shit. I don't know now. I mean, now you got me curious, damn it.
Sorry. Viper Scout says my is a different color.
Hey, mine smells like coffee, so go figure. That's what happens when you drink coffee. Too much coffee. You can't handle the truth.
It's all the wrong movie.
It's all the wrong movies. You guys are no help. What the hell's happening here?
I can see the poster.
James Marshall, someone said, was the actor. James Marshall. Look, somebody's going to put it in here before I can even type it up because I'm stupid. Boxing movie, and it's called.
It is called
Gladiator. Son of a
bitch. That's it.
It is. Ooh, it had Brian Dennehy.
Yes.
Wonderful talent. So they got it right. Cuba Gooding Jr. is in there.
I was right. It is called Gladiator.
Yeah, you're right. I don't remember that shit.
Send some. Who called that? Who else?
Yeah, I think it might have been. Where is he at? Yeah, War Chest said that boxing movie with Cuba Gooding Jr.
Yeah, that
who is a big fan of the Freak Offs, from what I understand.
Cuba, yeah. Well, that was his.
I think so. I think
90s was his prime time, baby.
He was hanging out with the old Diddy. The Didster.
1992, he was riding high on Boys in the Hood money. So
what was that other movie where he was like, nah, he played the
radio? He's also an LL Cool J song.
I didn't even have to say anything.
All you had to do was say, yeah.
Oh no. Oh no. You like, so sue me.
Lord, I apologize and be with the picnics down there again.
Jesus. Ray D. Oh. And then there was a great band called Radio, RAYDO, which the leader of the band was Ray Parker Jr., famous for Ghostbusters. There you go.
I want to
anyway.
Answer.
What the hell is this
Jetman's question here?
Yeah, yeah, that's right.
Range Vipers are so expensive on eBay because they were a Walmart exclusive that never actually hit the Walmart stores, and distribution was really jacked up. A bunch of the orders got canceled, much like a lot of people's crystal ball orders got canceled, myself included.
Gotcha.
They've come down a whole lot, but they were up to Range Vipers at one time were $100 a piece. They've come down a lot.
Yeah. Excuse me. Yeah, well, that was good. I remember that. I do remember when they were like up there, and I was like, "Are you serious? Like they're that much?" But you know,
I,
people loved them. People loved
I had 8 of them here at one time.
them. Son of a Crayon Slayer. You think the green is a Marauder's green? I mean,
No,
I just think it's just a lighting thing. I
I
think
do
the
too.
lighting. I think when we get it in hand, it's gonna look deeper. It's gonna look greener, a little deeper, and not as like
Yeah,
yellowish. It's kind of really what it looks like to
yep.
me. I don't know. I mean, it's
Uh,
who knows.
yeah, I think it's a lighting. I think they'll look fine.
So
So
the head
just
sculpt here that we were looking at, that's the other head sculpt for
yes,
the
this is
green
the
shirt. Yeah.
yeah. It comes
Yeah.
with the
I
black
mean,
head and the white head. The heads look fine. I just wanted to show it and note that it looked like that
yeah.
dude from Gladiator.
And you know what? I don't know what anybody and not to even really start anything by any means. I'm just saying like I don't know what anybody really truly would expect out of these figures, right? Like other than they're probably gonna be pretty basic from the paint app perspective. You give them somebody else's gear, couple different heads. That's that. You know,
Yeah.
they're army builders. You don't need to put anything special crazy in there. Oh shoot, I got the Fortnite dance song.
It's funny. Let's see. So Frank Doom on You is in the house.
Frank, what's up, man? And then I
Is
see somebody else who I asked him if he's listening. Does he know the phrase Buckley's chance? Ronnie Trickshot, Buckley's chance. I learned that the other day, and I even used it with Matthew in the stream last night, but he didn't say anything. So I was just curious if Ronnie was like, "Yeah, of course I know Buckley's chance."
yes, War Chest. Those are the green shirts. So somebody somewhere named JB has them, and he also has this guy right here. Got to see some pictures of the retro Televiper, and these come out like the beginning of last week, so everybody's seen them. I just Crow. I had these pulled up for me and Crow, and we completely forgot to talk about them. So I just wanted to look at them here because
Yeah, yeah,
we're
yeah.
in a Joe drought.
Yeah, why
It's
not?
about to
Yeah,
start ending.
yeah, that's for sure, right? Like, not a lot of news. I mean, everybody's been talking, tariffs, and it's like, okay, great. I mean, you can, fill up time with that, but eventually it just becomes a circular argument over, round and round, and it's like, why get into it very much? So, but yeah, if you guys didn't look at these, and then heck, why not? And see, I love this. This is what
Yeah,
most everybody wants
that's what I wanted on the
is
first one.
right. And
It's the only
and
thing
so
wrong with the other one.
absolutely, and I think that's what everybody wanted, and they realized that, and kind of and they probably knew it then.
They were saving it for this.
100%. Yeah, Ronnie, I heard that that's like an old people saying in Australia. That it's like Buckley's chance, or basically there's no chance in hell, is what it means. But I heard that the other day, and I was like, okay, I gotta find out. And from what I understand, it's kind of something people used to say, like if your ma or your grandmom,
He was on
is
the Little Rascals.
wonderful.
Buckley.
That's even better.
Eddie Murphy played him on Saturday Night Live.
Oh, ladies and gentlemen, we just got a report. Buckwheat has died. Yes, that's correct. Buckwheat has been shot. We will break in when we get more news.
Una panuna
Una,
banca.
Us pass. Be times a matey.
Best of Eddie Murphy, Saturday Night Live, folks. If you haven't seen it, you need to see it.
They've all seen it.
Everybody's seen
I
it.
would assume.
That would be great, man. If his Televiper has an eggplant emoji.
Oh, lovely. That would
That
actually be
would
funny.
be
But this is
be
what
great.
everybody wanted, and they said, hey, you know
Oh
what, we're
yeah.
gonna save it. We're gonna do it when we do a cartoon, or retro carded or whatever, right? So I get it. It's cool. That's what everybody
Yep.
wanted, and I remember talking about it when they came out, and somebody said in the chat, why don't you just paint it on there? And I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, number one, these hands.
Yeah.
These old hands, they're nowhere near steady enough to paint some shit like that on
No.
a head sculpt. Are you serious?
Yeah. So okay.
Yeah.
So my buddy that's out Berserker's Brush that does the custom paint for the miniatures, paints up the like the Warhammer miniatures and stuff for people. Like that's what I tell him all the time. Like I don't even know how you see that, dude. Like I
Right.
don't even know, much less get your hands steady enough to paint something that small. I don't even know how you see it.
I don't either.
Um,
But it's cool, and I think most people are a-okay with it, right?
and
Yeah.
then you get Botox. And looking for nub and all the one
Yeah.
play test.
Wookin' Panub. Um,
Somebody could probably make that actually work.
I mean, that's asking a lot. That's asking a lot
Somebody
out of
can
these
do it.
things,
Hey,
right?
somebody can do it.
Was
I
that
got
that
confidence.
the only couple ones there that had kind of got shown or that popped up?
That really, yes. Now
Okay.
I was gonna steal some pictures from Shark Eyes and show, but I couldn't find them. They're on his Instagram, and you can't get them from Instagram. So Shark Eyes has Mindbender and Rock and Roll. They've already hit over
Okay.
there. So um, if you hadn't checked out Shark Eyes reviews on those, and most of us probably have, he's got those in hand. So if you guys ordered those, and I was going to talk about pull this up real quick because I made a banner. So let's just go to this one real quick. So I was going to ask are go ahead and grab that and
That son of a bitch.
no Joe's is good Joe's question mark
Well,
are
no gnu's is what is it? No gnu's is good
yeah
gnu's.
canoes
Gary
yeah oh
Gnu.
god yeah
Space roller coaster, space coaster.
yep so where I was going with no Joe's is good Joe's because I was going to ask you in the chat, are we enjoying this lull right now with nothing coming out,
That's
nothing
it.
shipping?
You know what? I want to know what the chat says, but I do want to say this. I think for some people, the answer is going to be yes, because my wallet isn't taking a beating. If they don't collect a lot of other stuff, right? And then the other side of that is like, hell no, because this is what I really like and spend my money on, and I ain't got shit for a while,
Yeah.
right? Like, there ain't nothing coming in. I no
Yep.
notifications. Dial tone somehow got lost in the ocean somewhere, I guess. So one of those two answers I would expect, but I'm sure for most people they're probably like, hey, you know what? We had a steady stream of stuff. My wallet's good.
Yeah. So this is what I wanted to say about this. You guys have probably seen this already, but I've got it highlighted right here. So these guys, these three have been moved up: Mindbender and the Viper and Rock and Roll. First off, Pulse now is you can pre-order stuff. They put this back up. This actually happened last night when you and Matthew were on. This is a
Okay.
bad example, but $24.99. They went back up. Everything is still the old prices, no jacked up tariff prices on Hasbro, so they've not gone up on the MSRP. Punk actually mentioned it in y'all's chat last night, and that was right about the time I saw it. Was right when he said it was when I saw it. But these guys have been moved up on Pulse to May 27th for this wave, so that's in 2 weeks
Yeah.
roughly, so 10 days. No, 13 days, I guess, whatever. So these guys these are probably sitting in a container or waiting to go to the warehouse. These three right here. So I did want to put that out, and then where was it? Somebody, yeah, it was right here. I think you got it starred. Roman.
I got a few of
Um,
them starred, just some of the
so
answers and stuff.
they've been moved up on Amazon, and they're moved up on Pulse as well. Now I had not seen Amazon's yet. I'll look just because that's kind of what I wanted to get at was some of these are going to be moved up, and also Amazon's prices on the upcoming releases,
Okay.
Blowtorch, Darklon, all of the ones that are coming, they are $24.99.
Whoa,
So
isn't that funny? Oh, that's crazy.
they were
Interesting.
they were doing this crazy dynamic surge pricing shit with these guys right here, Saw
Like
Viper and
Uber.
Xandar. Um, but when you go down, here's Darklon and Blowtorch, $24.99. Um,
Okay.
so I was trying to find the other ones, new ones, but so they're kind of stabilizing a little bit. But I just want to let everybody know, Viper. Here's Viper on Amazon, $24.99, Monday, June 9th.
I
So
mean,
they're
shit, that's
Monday,
great.
June 9th on Rock and
So,
Roll.
some people would say, well, it's because Hasbro's like too big. They're a bigger company. Like if we're talking about some of these other retailers that have been in the news, right? That we've heard of laying people off and having troubles and raising their prices and all that kind of stuff. That are smaller outfits, but like, remember Hasbro been in shit financial, trouble for the last couple few years,
Yeah,
right? Like
laid
I
off
said,
2,000 people in the
we
last 2 years.
we've
Some of
talked
them at
about that.
Christmas.
So if just because they're a big company doesn't mean they can't raise the prices. Just because they're a big company doesn't mean that they wouldn't make some changes. But they haven't made any changes. Maybe, just maybe, because it's like, hey, let's just wait and see, right? And instead of overreacting, and so maybe that's what it is, right? But I like to see that. I do, and if everybody exercise just a little bit of patience and caution, and then figure it out from there. But if anybody, well, we ain't got to get into it here. If anybody wants to tell me that Super 7 was already going to lay off a bunch of motherfuckers, they need to learn something because it has
I got,
nothing to do
I
with tariff.
yeah, I've got, I actually have that on the stream deck.
Okay, good. Well, yeah,
Um,
that's fine. But
so
some of these
as
answers too, I guess we can go through here
yeah,
in
I
just a
was,
second.
I'm gonna let you go through the starred stuff. For me, like I do want some new Joes, but
Yeah, for sure.
I'm kind of enjoying it a little bit, and I've been getting, I've been picking up these guys. I've been getting these Street
Yeah,
Fighter
you've been getting other
figures.
stuff too.
Um,
You bought some other
so
different lines.
yeah, I've gotten some more, some of the Mythic Legions that I wanted. Purple Elf has gotten into Mythic Legions, and she has bought several of them that get to reside on my shelf. So I've had some stuff that I've been able to kind of stem the Joe tide with, and trying to keep in mind that that stuff is all coming. And I've been saying it for a month. Like, it's going to start hitting, especially if this nonsense with these tariffs eases up like what we saw today. It's temporary. We'll see what happens. But yes, I think a lot of people have jumped the gun on it. We're not going to jump into that, like you said, but um, I think all of this stuff is going to start showing up at once. The snake armor on Pulse is July 1st.
Yeah, I
That's
saw that. Yeah.
not that far away. Last night, when Pulse put this stuff back up and the site went back live and everything showed back up at regular price, the snake armor and the claw were both available. The snake armor went like that, but when I first looked at it, it was still there. And then I refreshed it and it was gone, but the claw was up for a few minutes and it was up this morning. So if you guys didn't get those, keep your eyes on it. But all of that stuff, like July and August,
Yeah.
most all this stuff, Crystal Ball is still July 15th on Pulse. So, yeah, so I'm kind of enjoying the break, but I am ready to get some Joe stuff. I just don't know if I want $800 worth of Joe stuff at one time.
Well, I'm glad
That's
if a
always
lot.
been the problem.
Yeah, no, I agree with you, and I'm glad if a lot of it comes out after Joe Fest. To be quite honest with you,
Very.
if it, you know, is July and August or whatever, that's fine. You know, that's the end of summer kind of deal. But, you know, not too close to Christmas is great as well.
Yeah.
It is kind of a bummer because of this break, really, because you got so used to kind of just a regular trickle at least. But it is different for people that collect different stuff, because if you're into getting, you know, other lines that have been releasing or that have had figures that you didn't go for, then I think that's nice for people that can take their focus away from the Joe stuff and go and discover or look forward to other stuff that they still like to collect.
Yeah.
But for somebody like myself, which the Joe stuff mainly is just it, and mainly just classified on top of that, this lull has kind of gotten kind of boring. You know, it's like, you know, and especially if you live stream, especially if you know, discuss and talk about stuff, you really don't have a lot to go off of. You got to kind of, you know, dig around and maybe look for those pictures, you know, right? Look for those little release pictures and shit like that.
Yeah.
But so yeah, so if you're just a Joe collector, if you're just a classified person, then yeah, you kind of hurting for new stuff. But
Yep.
I'd say a lot of people, and I can tell just by some of the chat though, for a lot of people out there, um, they're probably like, hey, yeah, it's kind of nice to
Yeah.
not have that all of a sudden. Hey, just to let you know, $272 is going to be coming out and coming
Yeah.
your way here in 9 days. Get
Yeah.
ready. You know, it's like, ugh.
You want to go through some of the stuff you
Uh,
got starred here?
yeah, because Derek Coleman says, I know, you know, I'm not, but my wallet is, which is, you know, speaks to that definitely. Um, and then, although that's an interesting comment, I was by Target today, and the only stuff they had up was they had Duke and the Jackal reaction
Oh
figures,
wow.
and that's it. That's
Was it the
all they
Reaction
had.
Plus?
I think it was, but
Okay.
I didn't dig too deep because it's all they had hanging up.
Yeah.
Um,
I went
and
in
then
one 2 days ago,
okay,
and because I went in looking for Street Fighter, I went in looking for Sagat for Matthew and
okay,
Blanca. Um, but anyway, of course, I took a run through, and there was no Joe
no
stuff. They
nothing.
had the peg was there. They still had 2 or 3 pegs, but there was nothing
Right.
on them. Not
It
even any reactions.
they really, that whole aisle was actually quite barren, but then they do have some Marvel Legends stuff. And, you know, not to get into it, but yeah, GI Joe very absent from Target for sure. Viper Scout, if I collected it, it would annoy me because, you know, fourth quarter will be heavy with product again, and that's something that War Chest kind of mentions too here in just a second. Yeah, I mean, Joe's break was needed. You know, get back to the creative side again over, you know, collecting. Um, then you have people like Derek adds, you know, Black Series, Marvel now. I've gotten into that, or I'm into that, and so all of a sudden now, yeah, you've got, you know, you're just dedicating your attention to other lines, right? Um, you know, so you don't need to even really worry about it because
Marvel
like you've done, you
Marvel
know,
is doing some bangers right now. Marvel's
right.
putting out some legends and putting out some good stuff right
All
now.
right. And yeah, War Chest happy for the break on Figs, to be honest, and it's going to make Christmas epic this year, and especially if you and for like, you know, War Chest, and maybe like, you know, his position. I mean, if you got a lot of kids, that might be a little different story, right? If you got other obligations, might be a different story. If you're in a different position, though, that might be a great thing for you because yeah, it's like, hey, hell yeah, you know, Christmas is going to be awesome because I got a bunch of shit to play with, right? A bunch of stuff to
Yep.
take pictures of. And I do agree with War Chest too. Throw some Earth, Wind, and Fire on. Put a pole on stage and give Exotic Dr. Mindbender the main stage and let him go to work, baby. That's oh, dancing in September. Oh, God. Bobby Woes in the house. What's up, Bobby?
What's up, Bobby?
Right there. What's going on, buddy?
Container lost. I haven't heard that. I don't not.
It's what I said earlier. I just said he's lost at sea. I don't know if that's
Oh,
true or
container
not,
lost.
but I'm like,
Okay,
that sumbitch
I was
is
like,
just
no,
gone. He's
yeah.
just out to sea, right?
I heard about the truckload of McFarland stuff suspiciously getting jacked, but I didn't hear about that. Okay,
Maybe he was on
see
that
where you're
too.
going. Yeah,
Maybe he
I
was
see
on
where it's
that too, you know. And yeah, Jetman asked about the All Striker too. I mean, there's a lot of stuff we just got told, we all pre-ordered or got told, about. It's not even right now. That's not even in the discussion, right? We're still going back to heavy duty and dial tone. We're going to snake armor, right? We're going, it's like let's get that stuff right and then let's move forward. I fucking want my dial tone. Some
he
bitch.
Daltone is desirable. He's a damn good figure.
I
I hope
mean,
everybody that
shit,
hadn't
man.
got him, I hope he shows up safe and sound because I just got lucky with getting mine through GameStop.
Right?
Um,
Crow, I get it, man, especially people with the tariffs and we're all guilty of that, right? We find things that are important to us and we just kind of, it's like, instead of being patient, it's like, no, I want to be pissed. JG Wentworth. I
One
want
night
it
on a couch
now.
now. The
um
opera one is the best.
yeah, Hasbro tricking you into buying other lines and Eric Thurman's falling for it. Yeah, it's pretty
Yeah.
funny too. Does Monster Force drop out of nowhere? I mean, Joseph's kind of saying this is,
Well, they
uh,
dangle their release dates. Their release dates are so ambiguous, and Fresh Monkey did say last week, I believe, that they are gonna let everything sit. So Wave Two was supposed to be first quarter, then of course it was second quarter, and it's been second quarter for a while now. But
yeah.
they put a thing out last week, I believe, saying that they were not going to send anything over until the situation was a little
Okay.
clearer.
Okay.
So that shit I would expect not to be here until, well, last year. I mean, it was all supposed to be here in the first and second quarter last year, and it got here in October. So I would expect something similar, which
Yeah.
I'm cutting back on, like, I say cutting back. I still only have two of the Monster Force figures, but I say cutting back on them. Like, I'm not going to order as many of them. I do really like them, and I think they're great figures. I'm just like not real thrilled with one BBTS right
Okay.
now, and Fresh Monkey, as awesome as their stuff is, they're kind of they're kind of weird, man, with some of the, like, the whole deleting negative feedback on their social media and that kind of shit. So
Right.
I'm just kind of at wits end with BBTS, and I hate that that's the only way you can get not only them but some of the other stuff. But I'm not gonna pay $40 a figure for Monster Force stuff. As cool as it is, there's other stuff I would rather have. I
Yeah.
will be very, very picky and choosy with that line. So I'm not going to order that much more of it.
Toy Leak Network. What's up?
What's up? What's going on?
Say hey.
Axion.
Hell
Is that
yeah.
Axion or is that Travis? I think that's
I
Axion. I
don't know.
think
Action.
that's Axion.
Viper Scout was saying something about Hasbro canceling pre-orders. I didn't see any of that.
No, I
I
think
haven't.
that's
I've
just
got no news about that. That's for sure.
I
None
think
about
that's
that.
just
So
speculation making the rounds.
yeah, yep, yep, yep.
Um,
Yeah. I don't know. It's
ooh,
interesting. It is a. Oh, Black Suit Toby.
I probably
GameStop.
would have bought that. I went in a GameStop too when I went
Interesting.
in that Target. And,
Yeah.
I went in that GameStop and they had that Green Goblin reissue. They actually had it in the store. So if anybody's
Yeah.
looking for it, check your GameStops.
Yeah. I mean, it's been a lull. I mean, if you're a vintage collector, you're golden, right, Ronnie? I mean,
It's pretty good. Everything's already out.
son of a crayon slayer says, "Hey, no, my targets, no Joe's on the shelves. It's got to be some kind of reset, right? Something's going on, but yeah, if you're a vintage collector, you're always golden, right? You don't have to worry about shit. I mean, but but it is weird because we were really eating really good for a long time. And honestly, I don't think it has anything to do with like the tariff stuff. Like Hasbro in particular with this classified line, something's gone down. Changing production facilities,
Yeah.
is a that's a massive operation. That's not just like, hey, we're gonna keep producing tomorrow. Like that takes time, coordination. There's a lot involved with that if that is in fact the case. And so yeah, I mean, it's just when you get used to eating good, and then all of a sudden, the restaurant closes down for renovations for a while. You go, oh crap, I guess I got to go through a drive-through. I guess I got to maybe find something else that appeals to me. But it is nice to at least have a little break on the wallet. But I do actually like the consistent flow because it's not going to be a bunch of, one
Yeah.
month all of a sudden they're not going to ring me up for $500, $600.
Yeah.
That part I do not want.
No,
So,
not a bit.
right.
Son of Crown Slayer says I ordered 2 of those red hooded AKA Cobra Commander.
Oh,
That is
yeah.
one of the ones that I have ordered.
Yeah. Looks cool.
Crow said his green GameStop sold out of that Green
Wow.
Goblin instantly.
Okay.
I mean, I think it kind of snuck up on people that it was coming out if you didn't have it ordered. I
Yeah.
think people kind of forgot about it.
Um,
Um, Donner Party, yeah, Donner Party is Donner Party and Dr. Caligari are the 2 from Wave 2 that I've got ordered
okay.
that I'm really looking forward to. Those are the 2 when I first saw those Monster Force figures. Those are the 2 that
Yeah.
I wanted immediately, and they were season 2 figures. So we'll see. They do some weird stuff. So I'm gonna run to the restroom real
Yeah,
quick.
do
If you
whatever you
want
gotta do,
to, you
man.
had
Go do your
something
thing.
you had to
I'm gonna bring up
present.
these. No, I'm gonna bring up these Hayas and get people's
Okay.
opinion on the Haya Joes because I've seen them. I like them, but then we've talked about it. And when you get back, you can jump in too because I've heard the
Yeah,
face
go ahead.
sculpts are not everybody's favorite. So let's check it out, man. Because I dig these, man. Like, but I wanted to get everybody's opinion on the Hayas. You don't see them often. I guess that's because it's such an import like figure. I do like these. But at the same time, everybody's like, "Hey, those face sculpts are crap." And from what I understand, I know Outback that kind of was talked about yesterday. And just looking, at the face sculpts, I guess they're always kind of scrunched up unless they have a helmet on. That's something that 3 Star was talking to me about, and I hadn't really noticed that because I don't see them. They're not in hand. There's no way you can look at them, and I guess that's something that um you just got to order it and get it. But if I look at this figure right here, like this Outback, I mean, I don't know. He looks fine. Trying to figure out a way maybe that we can go look at it in a different tab and I can zoom into it somehow, but I don't know if there's a way to do it. But yeah, do you guys do any of y'all like the Hayas? I mean, are you I actually kind of do. I'd like to get a couple of them and then judge for myself in hand. I guess that's probably my best. I mean, 4 and 3 inch, figure is kind of an odd scale. But you guys definitely. I mean, it's a 118. I mean, y'all are way more educated from the toy perspective than I am. And so y'all's input would definitely help me to make a decision on that. But like I like these. I do think Shipwreck's pretty ugly. If I had to say, I don't know if it's just the expression thing. Eric says Woody doesn't like them, and Joseph says that size their face sculpt is the least of my concerns. Dang, I can barely. Yeah, I get that. Actually, you know what? That's a good point, man, Joseph. Actually, that's a great point. Now, from an expense perspective, too expensive, and having to pay import. It doesn't even have a price on here. Like, it just says $0. I know it's a pre-order, but like, wouldn't you like to know what the hell? So look, we're looking at $24.99, $24.99. So the same price as the classified for 118. Okay. Face sculpting, Bobby Wold says on them are really tough. Almost, oh gosh, Lieutenant Falcon Ruff, Jesus, that's looking brutal. I will say Zorana isn't looking too hot right here. Um, yeah, I don't know. I mean, Dreadnought, I have the Cobra Commander. It's nice, but the faces on some of them just aren't good. I guess it's one of the things. If you were into the ones that have a helmet on, like like this Crimson Guardsman, your Viper, Torpedo, right? Maybe a Croc Master, a Commander. Like, let's see. Let me flip back and see who else. I mean, that Cobra Trooper looks good as hell, man. That Zartan looks good. I wish they'd have done Gung Ho old school. Major Blood. I mean, man,
Berserker's brush he's got blood because that's his favorite
okay,
character. The
okay.
blood looks pretty
and
good.
and the chat's kind of banging off here, so I just want to. Been a few come through. Let's see. Crusty Old Crow says I'd buy this if I stumbled upon it in the wild. I probably would too. If I ran into it in the wild, I probably would grab one. However, interestingly, instead of a Crayon Slayer, yeah, Outback looks good, but Flint is jacked up, and I'm on that Flint page. And again, if I could just get a good close up of the face there, yeah,
It's anime Flint.
it actually isn't it really anime Flint. And the other thing too, so is Haya just saying, hey, on some of these, like here we go, for instance, we're literally going to mirror the classified version.
Oh yeah, it's the classified shrunk
Yeah,
down.
right, 112. But then some of them aren't exactly. They don't quite look exactly. Let me see. I'm trying to figure out which ones I saw that maybe didn't. I mean, I guess they all do. Yeah, I guess so. That's so weird. It's an interesting
There's
idea.
a few. Cobra Commander I would get.
Okay, Cobra Commander. 1999. Shit, I'm in on that. But it's hang on a second. One-time purchase description only available to pre-order in China, Thailand, India, Philippines, Singapore, Malaysia, and Indonesia.
Yeah, they don't. Haya themselves does not ship directly to the U.S.
Really?
You have to get it from another.
So see, that shows you my ignorance in not knowing, from the toy perspective, not knowing actually that detail. I didn't know that. That's interesting. So, huh.
I think
Okay.
Small Joe's has them. SmallJoes.com carries them.
Okay.
They're getting easier to find than they were at first.
I know a lot of people say, I don't know about the Storm Shadow. Yeah, the mask doesn't do it for me here. This mask right there doesn't do it for me. But
Sub-Zero wins.
Yeah, right. He sold the hell out. I guarantee you this sumbitch is sold out.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
I mean,
he looks pretty good. Snake Eyes looks, and that's
he does look good.
The better, closer of.
Oh yeah, that V2, baby.
It's not exact, but
I still need to get that Commando carded, and I need to get that V2. I need to get that that even if even I have to get the Korean version. Fuck it.
The 00.
Hell yeah, the 00, man. I should have got that thing, especially the Commando. I chose not to pre-order it. I chose not to, and now I'm stupid because people are charging $150 for it. Yeah, I just wanted to get everybody's opinion.
That's what I
meant
right now. The Joes, Hasbro won't let them sell the Joes in the U.S. That's what.
Okay, I get it. I get it now. But I do like them. I just want to bring it up because I haven't, when I'm in a stream, it's never ever really brought up, but occasionally it does, and then there's a comment or two. But I didn't know what everybody's sentiments were on those figures. I mean, at that scale anyway.
Yeah, I think they look pretty good. The faces are all really weird, man. The helmet or the mask characters look pretty good.
I'd rather have them than the Reaction Plus, considering the price point.
Yeah, you get more with them. I think I think aside from the faces, I think they for overall do look better than the Reaction Pluses for another $5.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah,
I was going to show some of the pictures of this thing. Is the fans hobby.
Mm-hmm.
There's pictures of it with the working lights, and I didn't have a lot of time to search for them, so I don't have them. But this is some that they put out just the other day, maybe yesterday, of or day before of the like this is the final finished production model. Like this is what it's gonna
Okay.
actually look like. Um, and this thing looks badass and it lights up. So the hound, the gridiron hound, we talked about differences in these. They're all the same but different. I like this, but I'm not gonna order either one of them in place of the All Striker. Like I want the real shit. I want the Hasbro one, even if the front wheels are tiny. Even if it don't look right, it's
I
still the
with you.
Hasbro.
I agree
I,
with
I
you.
want
I'm the same way.
crankcase.
Yeah.
So I just wanted because this thing looks really good. I'm not gonna say that I wouldn't try to pick it up or I
If
don't
there
want it.
What if there was a cross between the two, right? There's certain things off of this that you like that you wish the Hasbro version had, and there's certain things off the Hasbro version. Right? Like if you could combine a couple things in there between those two and get the perfect one, then I think, everybody would have certain parts they'd take off of one and put on the other or whatever. Combine them in a
Yeah,
way. Yeah, I'm with you. But the Hasbro one, yes, that will be the one that I mean, that's the one I'm
yeah.
I'm gonna get. I'm not gonna even mess with this personally.
Yeah, I mean, I would, depending on if the price and if I had the extra scratch, I would like to have this. I think it looks good because it's going to be way more detailed than the Hasbro. It's got the lights, so
Right.
I love this engine and all the little details, the belts and all the plug wires and the distributor cap
I mean,
and
I
like
love details
it's
like that.
awesome.
I do. I love details. I wish the back tires were thicker and the like an actual dune buggy would you generally
Yeah.
have, where the front tires are smaller and the back tires are bigger.
Well,
You know,
that's kind of what we're getting with the Hasbro, and they're just
well,
a little
right,
too small
yeah,
on the
yeah,
front.
just a little too small. It's a shame. It really is. Triple D, I get it, man. Dave, I mean a lot of people feel that way about the All Striker, that Hasbro just really kind of missed it on that.
Yeah.
And I can understand that. I can see that. It's not beyond me to understand that for sure.
And GI Jet, man, I like the third seat with the gun in the All Striker. Well, this one's got it too. I didn't get any of the pictures of all this stuff taken off, and they're also releasing a separate launcher that can go with this. It's like
Okay.
I don't even know if it's an add-on. It's just a separate set that matches it. But on
Right.
this one, the roll cage comes off, those
Who
missiles
makes
come
this
off.
one?
This is Fans Hobby.
Okay.
The
Right.
same
Yeah.
ones that
Fans
made
hobby.
the not Skyhawk, the Air Eagle,
Yeah. Yeah.
and they're the
Yeah.
ones
Okay.
doing the Fang. They've recently showed off the Fang.
Yes. Okay. Yep. For sure.
I
Definitely.
should have I
Definitely
should have
remember.
grabbed the Fang pictures, but I didn't have time. Um, and GI Jetman, did you guys fund the Rattler? Yes. Yeah, we both ordered the Rattler. Rattler's kind of a must have.
Yeah. Um.
I don't know where it's going to go, but it's coming.
Yep. You talking about this sucker right here. It's down there in the stage, in the backstage. That one. You see it?
Yeah,
I
I'm
got it.
trying to.
I mean, I can add it, but I just didn't. I didn't want to add it before if you were still rolling.
There we
Yeah,
go.
that one. Yeah, is that the
Yeah,
Fang that you're talking
yeah,
about? Okay.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And they're doing it like with they're gonna have a canopy for it, so your Fang
That
can have a
that's
canopy.
cool. I
It
mean,
looks really good.
I guess the Fang doesn't really need one though, right? Because it didn't have one anyway. It was kind of that open copter thing. I mean,
Well, that's how they can call it the not Fang, is because ours has a
right?
canopy
Yeah, it's
that
true.
just happens to be
It's
removable.
true.
It's the
Right?
same way
Yeah.
that the Air Eagle, you can change the fins around to make it look
Uh-huh.
just like the Skyhawk if you
Yeah.
want.
Right.
So, um, Red Atlas Creations makes cool motorcycles for Joe's. I need to get I need to get at least a couple. I see some on Amazon that looks like they'll work, but I don't know if they'll work. Dreadnought's got 2 Rattlers, and yeah, Jetman, you'll be able to get one. Just don't get in too big a hurry. You'll have to pay a
Yeah.
little bit of a markup,
Yes.
but don't
Yes.
get it as soon as they come out. Resist.
100%. Yep. Don't freak out. Don't feel like you've got to.
Uh,
Damn. I'm looking at Red Atlas right now and I'm like, okay. Like this Jeep wheel and tire upgrade pack, the ATV wheel and upgrade pack, like this is some pretty sweet shit right here. Security fencing, like hey, that's pretty neat stuff. Motorcycle, $55. I mean, yeah, I can see somebody definitely paying that. This is a cool. Have you ever been on there?
I
I'm
have
sure you
not.
have. You haven't?
Mm-mm.
Check out this site, man. This is some pretty cool stuff right here. I mean, just scrolling on the front page, Fat Boy
Oh yeah.
motorcycle, $44, Scrambler for 44, but then like you scroll down, a little $3 laptop. You know
Oh
what I mean?
wow.
Like, you know, security fencing, 350.
Yeah,
Like
that's
that's
pretty.
I mean, I don't know what all it includes, but like okay, water
Yeah, it's
drums.
just random stuff for dios or for
Yeah,
pictures.
that's
Yeah.
pretty cool, man. Like that's a I mean, this motorcycle right here got the star on it and everything, $53. I know that that's like, that's $53, but I don't know. I mean, I guess you had to get it in hand and just be like, okay, I need it in my hand. I need to know how solid is this, right?
Eric, do you have any? Eric's the one that told us about them. Do you
Uh-huh.
have any of them,
That's
Eric?
some cool stuff right here,
Like to
man.
see what they're like. Somebody that's got one in hand. I like the
Oh,
little various things.
an $8 grenade cake crate.
Nice.
Look at that.
S-
Like
See,
that's
this is
some
all the
good shit.
this is the kind of stuff that I like with the teeny tinies, those teeny tiny sets that I like, so much from Five Below.
Yeah, look at this
The little
grenade bandolier. Like that's man,
yeah,
that's some pretty for $4. That's
yeah, it's
pretty
pretty good.
cheap. Wait.
Oh,
That's
dynamite.
because some of those weapons and other companies produce, and you look at what they charge for some of them things compared to just this. And
Oh yeah.
again, I don't know from a quality perspective, but like, some of the stuff, I mean, it's pretty good stuff. Okay. Damn. Hell yeah. See, I'm gonna tell
Shipping
you something.
container.
Accessories like this, if you're into photography, right? If you're into like, dios and stuff like that, like accessories like this can just like make or break pictures. Like they create, you know what I mean? Like they
Oh
can
yeah.
totally game changers if you do photography in particular
Yeah.
or stop motion or whatever, right? Like these are game changers. I mean, shit, put torch on the back of this some bitch right here. You
Exactly.
better get on with your bad self. And you can choose the
Tony's
color.
Tony's figs in
Hey,
the house.
Tony.
What's up, Tony?
I'm sure Tony's ordered some stuff from Red Atlas. Or he
No,
just
Tony.
makes it.
No, Tony shills for gridiron, man. He gets
Oh, well, I know he
all
does,
that grit under the table.
but that's what I mean. If you're looking at these prices, and then you're looking at some gridiron prices, like that's what I was talking about earlier.
Crow says, "Are these the prices for the files or for a bundle?" This
I
looks
would
like
assume
it's
you're I mean, I would
for
say
the
maybe.
product.
I would say for the product, but you know what? I mean, this is the first time I've ever been on the site, so I don't know. I don't know, but I like what I see. Let's take a look. Let's find out. 25-pound propane tank.
It should say in the
Add to cart.
description somewhere if it's for the file only.
No, it's a 112
It's the
scale,
product.
25-pound propane tank. Description. That's it.
Yeah.
That's all it says. Doesn't say.
Don't stand too close to
Well
the red
printed,
ones.
looks nice. Bought both colors. This was a nice little filler item. I red one, white one. No, this is for the product. This isn't for the file. Most of us
Yeah,
look,
it looks
unless
good.
you really know how to 3D print, most people buy one and then they don't use it. It's like it's difficult, and you got to really get into it. But like, this is cool. Radio comm set, $18. That's sweet. Yeah, I like this, man. It's some cool shit right here.
I'll have to look around. Appreciate you bringing that up, Eric. I'll have to look around because I need some little like military theme.
This is great.
Accessories like that.
Yeah, this is great. Look, tire rack, warehouse rack. I mean, jack stands. Come on, man. Like that little stuff like that can make a huge difference if you do
Oh yeah,
photography and all that kind of stuff. Big, big difference. That's great.
yeah, that stuff
Cool,
is
man.
cool as
Well,
hell.
good to know.
Um,
Good to know.
Dreadnought says we need to get Pop and 3-star customs. Look like them. Pops can have a fedora. Yeah, well, I mean, there's the man right there. That's the, if
That's
anybody
for
wants to
sure.
fund it, holler at Tony if anybody
Yeah.
wants to fund
Uh,
those. So
yeah, no
I
doubt.
can't
No doubt.
afford him. His
Uh,
stuff's too good.
well, I mean, when you got skills, folks, you charge premium prices.
This is true. This is
So
very
getting
true.
back here, we kind of got off on a side rail there for a second, but getting back.
Well,
That's I'm
like
I'm
that's it.
guilty. I'm guilty as charged about going on a tangent. So
That's all
sorry.
right. I just wanted to look at that, show people that they put out. So this is the final finished product. I should have got the picture of it. So Ace from Ramen is at a show somewhere right now, and he's been showing some pictures on his socials holding the Hunter tank and the bridge
Okay.
layer. He did a video, put a video out on it today, and it is the actual like one that's going into production. Like it's the
Sweet.
finished like actual thing, not anymore just like a 3D printed model. Like it's the actual plastic one that is going into production, and it looks freaking sweet. Should have I didn't have time to grab pictures of it. I should have, but
It's all good.
yes, follow Ramen, check that out. So this I did want to I've talked about this several times, so I wanted to make sure that I showed this to you guys. They finally have put this up. So this is the JFS Toys
Oh,
Villains of
the
Old
RoboCop.
Detroit.
Yeah,
Yep.
RoboCop. Yeah, hell
Uh,
yeah.
they're going up on the 18th on jfstoys.com. 7 p.m. Paris time, whatever that is, on the 18th. I don't know what 7 p.m. Paris time is. I'll have to look it up.
You know what? This is how I always figure it out. What time
Google.
is it in Paris right now?
It's going to give you Paris,
Time in Paris,
Tennessee.
France is 4:40 a.m.
So if it's 9:40 now, then it'd be what, 2:40 a.m.? So 7 p.m. Paris time, right? Just add like,
2:40.
it'd be like
2:40.
2 o'clock
Yeah.
our time, 3 o'clock our time, something like that.
So that's how I know Eric is just listening.
That's cool. Hell yeah.
Or no, maybe because of the date. Okay, what's 25/05/18? Okay, I got you.
Okay.
That's how they do dates in other countries. We do
Right.
everything wrong over here with our standard measurements and stuff.
That's noon our time, actually.
Oh, I might actually be able to do it.
That's Central Standard, by the way, for those of
Nice.
you on the East and West Coast.
There you go. So if anybody's been looking at those, I know I definitely have been. I did hear that the prices on these are $60 a piece. So I don't, as bad as I want them all, they don't look like they have very good articulation. So I don't know that I'm not gonna be able to pick them all up. That's $300, and they're not as well articulated as I want, but they look really good.
Yeah.
Now you can buy a bundle of them where you can get all 5 of them in a specialty type packaging, and 100 of those bundles are going to be signed by Kurtwood Smith.
Oh, sweet. That's cool.
I
Hell
don't know
yeah.
the price on it yet, but I don't know if they've announced the price on it, but but I wouldn't want to open it if I had the set signed by Kurtwood Smith. I don't think I'd want to open it.
Nah, that'd be one of those. I get it. Yeah, that'd be one of those things you don't really want to do.
But so I've been talking about that ever since I saw it announced, and they also have some painted prototypes of the Emil statue out there where he's melting, and it's like I think that statue's 18 inches tall. It's resin printed and hand painted. So I think that's going up that day too. I haven't seen a price for it yet. But if that's something you guys are interested in, I've been wanting a Clarence Boddicker figure for ever for a movie
Yeah.
accurate Clarence.
Yeah.
So I actually talked to Tony about making me a Clarence Boddicker figure, but I couldn't figure out a good recipe. So uh, anyway, so that's happening if that's something that you guys are interested in. So next thing we can go to, you want to hit that starred comment?
Yeah, I do. What's up, Turk? Turk Murphy's Toy Solutions in the house. What's going on, buddy? Good
What's
to see you,
happening, Turk?
man. Always, man.
Good to see you. Talked to Turk a little while ago today, actually.
Man, you said that those are limited articulation on those?
They are they're not like classified articulation. They're single pin or single, they're not pin but single joint. That's what I'm trying to think of. Everything's single jointed, so they're more like a Mythic Legion type figure, but
Okay.
like classify. Actually, they're not classified scale. They're made to go with the NECAs, so they're like 6 to 7 inch figures. They're a little
Okay.
bigger than classified. That's
Okay.
what they're made to fit in with, because NECA's done all the RoboCop stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's why I need clearance
I
for
I
that Alex Murphy.
saw some NECA stuff at Target a little while ago. Saw some you know that back aisle, right? The
Oh yeah,
collector
collector
aisle.
spot.
You know, and sometimes it's barren. But they every now and then they have some stuff, and occasionally I'm tempted, but I don't pull the trigger. But I'll be honest with you. There are times I'm extremely tempted by the Batman the animated figures because
Yeah.
I love those and I love that look. And I've been very tempted on occasion to grab some Batman, Joker, Two
Yeah.
Face, Penguin.
Those
I
look
love that
good.
cartoon. So they do
Yeah.
look good. I don't know how quality they are. It's not something I need. It's not something that I'm just like gotta have it. But every time I pass by and see those, I'm always kind of like, maybe today will be the day that I put my toes in the water of the Batman animated series figures, but hadn't done it yet. They had a few.
Well, they had that, that count. I got to get that count. I should have got Pee Wee for
Oh,
sure.
sure.
But I did see the count again, and I was like, yeah, I'll get him. Like right now, there's only a couple things I'm really trying to
Yeah.
hunt down right now,
Nah,
trying
I
to
get it.
watch some pennies. So,
Mhm.
I'll get him. It looks like the count's going to be kind of plentiful, but I probably should have went ahead and got Pee Wee. So these guys are coming on the 18th. So mark that on your calendars if you guys need old Detroit villains like I do. One other thing I did want to bring up, we saw this.
Oh
It's on
yeah.
the arcade Snake Eyes game. They released some pictures of.
I need more information, right, on this, right? I mean, I don't want a trailer, and you know how developers always make a trailer that has no gameplay.
Yeah.
And I want gameplay. I want to see, what am I doing? What is the frame rate, right? Is it stuttery? Is it like fluid? What kind of game is it? Right? Like, it's I like what I see here, but it's so limited and it's so
This could be an AI picture for all we know,
honestly, it wouldn't shock me if it was just their graphic artwork and a concept art, whatever.
But I ain't gonna lie though. I mean, just this picture, this gives me some hope right here. This gives me hope for
sure. Yeah.
that maybe they can do it justice. We don't know any details or anything about it yet. Just
Yeah.
I just hope that it's good. I would like to play it. I hope they don't follow like a movie. Yeah, I don't think they will, because I think they know they'd be shooting themselves in the foot.
I mean, it's so tough. We've talked about, everybody has talked about this, I know, but on streams we talked about it. How do you as a company create a product that either targets a specific audience that you know is probably going to spend the money on it, but it's not going to be something that the masses are going to entertain, right? Like, you ain't selling a G.I. Joe game to a bunch of kids, which is your main gamer now. So
Yeah.
if you said, hey, how can we sell this game? Well, there's a bunch of gamers that are our age. There's a bunch of guys. I love playing video games. There's a bunch of guys that are within 5 years of me, either other way, and they play games all the time, and they had G.I. Joes.
Yep.
How do you target that audience? But you also probably can't spend a ton of money because you're probably not going to recoup your money on it. It's a tough sell. It's a really tough, I love the passion. I hope it happens. I want, but then again, that brings into question, like, what era do you go after? Do you make it more of the cartoon era so the characters look like the cartoon? Do you make it gritty like this? Does it only focus on Snake Eyes and his story? Are you able to bring in, right? Like, there's a lot of decisions, and you're going for a fan base that is,
Critical.
they have less time to play games because they're working and they got families, and they have more money to buy games probably, but it's a very, like you said, a very critical crowd, right? A
Yep.
very, very critical eye. And
And
so,
one
yeah, it's
that's been
interesting.
burned by this very character in media. So, and the
And
property in
you
media, honestly.
remember when that game came out that the classifieds are based off of?
Yeah, Operation Blackout
Okay.
could
And
have been so good.
could have been. And I remember when you were like, yeah, I'm going to get it, and I remember like playing a little demo or something of it, like just like a stage or something. And then I watched a lot of videos because I was curious. I'm like, oh, hell yes.
Yeah.
And but then after that, you were like, I'm gonna get it. And I'm like, man, I don't know. It's like, I don't know. But of course, we're all like that, right? You got to find out for yourself. And
I did buy it on sale too. So,
yes, exactly, because that's the only way you'd buy that game. And then
yeah.
once you play it, you realize, man, they were this close. They could have
Yeah.
done so much.
And by the time I got it, like, I mean, it had been out. The reviews had been out. I read them, I'm like,
Yeah.
and then I saw it on sale. I'm like, well, I got to try it for myself. And it graphically, it looks great. It looks like the cartoon, but the
Right.
controls were so bad, it's almost unplayable.
Yeah. So that's a shame. So again, hey, this game, I want it to be great. I do. I want it to be so good and make me be like, hell yes. But I
Yeah.
gotta see more. Gotta see a little more.
I hope they can do it some justice. So, say what is up to Lunchbox Killers in the
Yeah,
house
man. Hell yeah. Somebody
and
else.
Modern Misfit Loki Wartooth in the house. What's going on, my man?
What is up?
We're doing all right, man. We're just doing the thing, talking about some stuff, getting ready to get into our topic here in just a minute, and we're gonna talk about some conventions. Do you have anything else you wanted to bring up? Do you have
Oh,
anything else saved?
you know what? Not from toys, but hey guys, get ready. Marvel announced the Ironheart series coming. Let's get excited for
Oh
Riri
boy!
Williams. Hell yeah. I released a
Oh,
trailer
I
for
can't wait.
Ironheart, and it looks as bad as it sounds. It is from a few years ago. This has been sitting on the shelf for 3 years.
Yeah,
So you can imagine what the show is filled with from a time. And if you if you guys go and watch the trailer, yes, the toys will be at Ollie's.
yeah.
100% they will be. You know this already. They'll be right beside the Shuricopter.
Yo,
And
it'll still be there.
and this series looks every bit of what you think it's going to be. It is man, it's bad. And you can see why they sat on it for 3 years without releasing it. And then finally we're just like, what are we going to do? Shit or get off the pot? It's like, well, let's just put it out. And when they're putting it out?
Not this summer, probably.
They are.
Wow.
They are. I will. I'm gonna give you. Hang on. I just want to make sure. I want to. I want to have my. Okay. Uh.
I did not see that today that they did announce
it's.
that. So.
I think it's coming out on Tuesday, June 24th, if I'm not mistaken, because usually they release on a Tuesday on Disney. So I think June 24th. So it's coming soon. We don't need to watch the trailer, but I promise you, if you guys go and watch the trailer, you will be rolling your eyes.
Oh, I will check it out. But
bad news.
Yeah.
I mean, other than that, no. I mean, we did get a new Superman trailer, and it does give more context to the movie. That's something me and Matthew were like, hey, we need more story. We need something to go off of. You know, you can't be showing us this trailer that doesn't give us anything. There's no dialogue. There's no, but I'm going to tell you, watching the Superman trailer might piss you off too. It might be a little controversial for some people. And I don't mean that from like a political way, or I think from a, presenting Superman and his personality and like some, conversation. So it's very interesting. Very interesting. Yeah. Hey, G.I. Jet, man, if man, you check out Ironheart, you let me know. Cause I can tell you right now, I don't know if I can do it, but I'll ask Matthew. He may, but yeah, you let me know, buddy. That's great.
Yeah, something like that. I mean, you're already paying for Disney Plus, so
Yeah, hey, if you already got it,
you might as well.
Why not? Yeah, if you got the time, why not? I just don't know. There's some promotion in it already that just tells you everything you probably are gonna
I'm
need to know.
still mad at you guys for not finishing the Power of Many.
Oh Jesus! No, I finished it. I didn't finish making videos about it because I like to keep my lunch in my stomach. And thank you, Matthew. Thank you for being there and backing me up on this. Yeah, it's
no way I'm watching Ironheart.
Yeah, no, it's brutal. But I will say this, and Matthew may back me up on this if he's had a chance to watch it. And this is the last thing I'll say about before we kind of reset for the last hour. Andor episode 10. Chef's kiss. Holy shit. Tense, on the edge of your seat. You're hoping things don't happen or do happen. And man, like I was talking to my tablet while I was watching it. I was literally like talking to my tablet. And I'm like, okay, you got to go. All right, you got to go. Come on, girl. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. I'm literally talking to my tablet, watching the episode, but it's really good. It's really tense. And it's the last arc. The last 3 episodes came out yesterday.
And that is the series finale for it. Right?
That is the series finale. Leads into Rogue One.
It goes right into Rogue One. Right?
Yeah, okay. But man, oh man, oh man, the episode 10 of the last arc. Beautiful.
So I told you I did finally start watching Andor.
I love you, Loki. Yeah, no, you did.
3 of season 1. So
yes, sir, you did.
Let's see.
You have to highlight it.
Yeah, pretty much. That's made 3 years ago. Yeah, it's pretty much on the
much
head.
Smarter than Tony Stark could ever be. You started Andor. I'm glad you did. People that have listened to me the last 2 or 3 or 4 streams, I keep shouting it to the rooftops, but this last episode even reinforced it even more, that it's just like the shit's hitting the fan. Right, it's hitting the fan.
Yeah, and I maybe now when that comes out,
hey,
retroactively watching that, and maybe you'll be able to see a difference in what is coming out now, like stuff that's now, like even with you guys weren't real happy with Born Again, but maybe you'll be able to see a little bit of a divergence, a course correction, going a little bit back in the right direction, and something that was now
Yeah.
versus filmed and done and in the can 3 years ago.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I think you're seeing the differences right now, right?
Yeah.
I think you are. And G.I. Jetman, no, of course not. Come on. I no. But I did want to say hey to Woody, Triple Deuce. What's up,
Woody?
buddy? Always good to
Triple
see you.
Deuce.
Thanks for thanks for watching the review, man. Yeah.
You gotta hit that real quick.
Yeah, we'll hit it before we because I actually I do hit to. No, G.I. Jetman, no, I will not hate you if you like it. Look, I tell everybody, it's like, man, I have strong opinions. I'm not afraid to express them. But at the same time, that should not, you know, stop anyone from watching what they want to watch and liking it. My thing is that, if somebody disagrees, I want them to come back just as strong. You know what I mean? Like, I want them to come back and tell me, why do you like it? What is so good about it? And convince me, right? Convince me. That's what I like, those conversations,
Yeah.
and sometimes we won't convince each other. That's the way it goes. But sometimes you might mention something that I missed, or vice versa. And you go back and look at it and go, okay, I get that. Like, I could totally see that. So yeah, no, it got nothing to do with that, G.I. Jet, man. We like what we like, man. That's just, there's stuff for everybody out there. That's for sure.
For sure. But was you gonna go take your break real quick? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, I can if that's okay, because I actually do need to run upstairs and relieve myself.
What was it? What were we gonna do shots to, if I may say?
Yeah. So in the review last night, I know I said, like, if I do say so myself, like 25 times, turn into a drinking game.
If I do say so myself.
I had a lot. I actually had a lot. I was cracking myself up, and if anybody knows me, I'll make myself laugh because I'm stupid. And I was falling over myself watching back the what I had just recorded, and I was just like, oh Lord, like,
it's fun though.
But yeah, let me run real quick. Give me just a minute here, and I'll be back, and then we can bring up the May the Power of the Force before we get into
it's going to kind of
Comic-Con.
So.
Yeah, a little bit. It kind of will.
In our announcement, we got an announcement. So.
Yep. Yes, we do. So yeah, be right back.
All right. So I will go ahead and I keep going back to the RoboCop, to the JFS stuff. So I don't know. You're froze. I hope you like hit stop cam, because usually you get the logo. Usually get.
Damn. You guys are lucky I didn't make it very far. Shit. We lost him. And it's not me this time, damn it. AT&T, my fiber shit is good. Well, we'll find out what happened down south, but yeah, well, I didn't make it very far. Yeah, refresh. Anyway, okay. Well, I don't know what he was going to talk about because I didn't have my phone with me. But wait, here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, wait. Oh, no sound. It's okay. We'll get you, buddy. You work it out, man. Work it out. Anyway, so look, I've been guilty of hitting the back button on my mouse and literally backing out of the stream when I've done it with Matthew. Yeah, the Pinkertons, Woody. Them Pinkertons don't mess around now, do they, Dutch?
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Okay.
What
my internet hiccuped.
I literally
StreamYard.
I was literally right about to run up the stairs, and then when I just happened to notice the screen go whoop, and then my avatar pop up, and I'm like, oh, he just dropped out. And I looked up at my internet and it was blue, and I said, oh shit, that's not me. So then I ran back
Right.
over here real quick. So
Yeah.
okay, well, I'm gonna say hold it down
All right. I'm going to try. Maybe
and
it's just bad
I'll be
luck if
back.
you leave. Take us with you.
Maybe. Well, I mean, give me a Mountain Dew
No.
bottle. I guess I'll just piss in it then.
We'll get you a Gatorade with the wide mouth. So, all right. So I was going to show that was really weird because the second he got up, man, like it just crapped out and he froze. And I was going, well, it looks like he froze and it was me the whole time. So that was kind of weird. Let me go find my tab that I was about to share with you guys. So I was talking about these RoboCop toys here. You know, the Pinkertons showed up. Oh no. You can go put your balls on his drum set. It's actually over to the left of where he sits. Let's see. Read through the chat here because I missed a little bit. Clint Jorgensen, what's going on, man? Still say you can do a live stream from your family reunion. It would not be fun though, because nobody there is interested. One more good use of a Powerade bottle. There you go. So this is, I can't really blow this up. This is their actual web page for JFS Toys, but you can get an idea of what these guys look like when they come out. So you can kind of see the articulation. Um, they look good, but they just aren't going to move good. You can kind of see how they hold the weapons. See if I've still got those. I did have some of these pictures saved from pictures from Stream with Crow. Maybe I've still got them somewhere. Let's see if I can dig them up here. So, man, when you got all these folders open and all this stuff everywhere, it's kind of hard to find it. Oh, hang on. I must have deleted them. I had some better pictures of all of the close-ups and stuff. I just showed those when we were on a few weeks ago, and now I cannot find where I stashed them. So anyway, they're out there. You guys can look them up. You can find them. They look good. They just they're not going to move super well, and they kind of hold the weapons kind of crazy. So let's see. Go through up in here. Oh, nothing, man. Just having crazy internet connections. Yeah, the legs and the elbow joints, they're broken up pretty well. They look okay. It's just they just don't bend. You need more range out of them. We're all spoiled with the classifieds and the Marvel Legends, especially the Legends with the butterfly joints. They're really like they're more like NECAs. I mean, they're in line to go with the NECAs. That's kind of what they're made to fit in with. So I guess that's what they were going with similar articulation, because you don't want to have like a NECA RoboCop or the Alex Murphy like I was talking about, and I guess have these guys super articulated in crazy poses when you can't get those into them. I guess that's kind of what they were doing, but they got the likenesses for the actors, so that's why I really dig them. And I keep talking about them. I'm glad they didn't push them off again. That's what happened. Like the last time they were going to launch them, they were supposed to launch them on, I think, May 1st. We talked about it, and then they postponed it. And they were having issues. The first time they were going to do it, I think they had a little bit of approval they had to get for the packaging, because the packaging looks like VHS tapes. Asian gangster. Yeah, Steve. Yeah, dude over here on the left. Steve looks cool. All of them look really good. Joe looks really good. The black guy. Good night, sweet prince. He looks good. So I'm at least gonna order Clarence. Oh, it's back. It's back from shit world. Oh no. Did I drop out again? Let's see. What else did I have pulled up? Seems like I had something else saved that I was gonna talk about.
What the hell is going on?
There you are.
All of a sudden, I was listening to you, and then all of a sudden, the stream just repeated itself over and over. It's like it kept saying like the same 3 words.
Oh well, I guess it's happening in the chat. Dave was like,
yeah, it messed up because it was like, and because it was like, and then the second something, and then it was like circling, and it was like, and then the second something or something like that, and then it just kept repeating it over and over again, and I was laughing my ass off. Oh my god, that shit was hilarious. Oh
well, that was so right now me, in folks. The chat. That was not a me issue.
No, it was. It was because it wasn't my internet. Because everybody's like, the sound is whack. It's like, oh no. Well, that was fun till everything went to shit. I think it's like literally just happened. It was like it was doing like this repeat thing, and I'm like, why is my Wi-Fi messed up? And then you just kept it kept repeating the same sentence over and over.
Everybody's like, anybody else? Like, my sound is whack.
No. Turk is like, it's fucking funny as shit. It's like, I wish I knew the phrase. It kept repeating because I was like, what is happening right now?
I know. Everything on my end looked just fine.
Oh, shit. Oh my god, that was awesome, dude. That was awesome. Oh my gosh, man. Sorry. Okay, yeah, I was like, oh, I got to run back in there. I'm like, I don't know what's going on. Shit. Okay, so I know I'm not the only one. Then you guys caught it too. So, like, what is happening? And let us know, by the way, in the chat if it's still is it still messed up? I'm good on stream, I think, but.
On my end, everything looks fine. So
yeah, it sounds good.
But it did before.
Okay, so there we go. So maybe it's, I don't know. Yeah, on the stream, it's kind of acting funny.
Reboot, I guess.
I'm gonna pull it up on my phone. I just wish you could have heard that little phrase that just kept repeating again. Oh my god! So it looks okay. We look okay. Looking good. All right. So anyway, yeah, you never know. StreamYard, internet, folks, shit happens. So far good to go. So
that's what I thought was StreamYard was screwing up.
So do you want, what order do you want to do this in? Do you want to talk about the May Power of the Force real quick and just do that for a second, and then we'll get into our reveal, and then we'll get into the other part?
We'll do the surprise and then go into the topic. So, because that way, if we run late, more people, that hang out.
It's totally
won't
fine.
Miss it. So
totally fine. So you want to talk about like Power of the Force?
I was just
direct everybody to those videos. And stuff?
I was just going to bring up. I hope everybody is following the May the Power of the Force 2 videos that everybody's doing this month for Star Wars month. It goes real strong in the beginning, and then it kind of seems to taper off. I've watched everybody's so far, and everybody's is been really good. A lot of people are doing funny ass takes on them. Woody's was freaking hilarious. You gotta check Woody's out. Shark Eyes, his was good, and you did yours today. I did mine last Monday, and you
today's
put yours
an
out
understatement.
Today. Yeah, this morning.
I'll tell you
So
how the sausage is made here in a minute, but
if you want to touch on what all you were doing for yours, what you you know, what you were gonna do, and then what you did and how you got it put out. If you want to go talk about that real quick.
Well, no. I mean, look, it's. I'm not gonna sit here and shill for my own video. It's not that. It's look. I'm not a good toy reviewer. So let's get that out of the way. So anybody that I think the last one I did, it was Nemesis Enforcer or Nemesis Immortal, and somebody was like, "That's the worst review I've ever seen," and I replied and said, "I agree 100%." Like I'm not, I am not a reviewer. I don't know how to set the camera up. I don't know how I to get it so you can get the figure really close to the camera so it doesn't go out of focus. Like it's not that I don't know those things. It's just that I'm just not. I don't do it all the time. So I had planned a whole skit with my son for this review, like last year, because it was fun having him involved and participating and out in the yard playing with Star Wars toys and stuff like that. It was a good time. And so I had a whole thing planned with him. And I recorded. He had to go back for Mother's Day early, and so I had to record myself, and I tried to do a green screen thing, and I have a green screen. I've got good lighting. I've got program and everything, and I record. It just did not work. I couldn't do it. It wouldn't work. The background took over the recorded part and all that stuff. So anyway, last night during Matthew and my stream, a Punk of Toys, who's headed up this whole process, was like, "Hey, you're gonna have your video ready to go at 7 a.m. Central?" And here it is, like 10:30 at night, and I'm like, "Yeah." And I hadn't done anything yet because I didn't know what I was gonna do. So I was just gonna do a standard review and just say, "Fuck it." I'm just gonna do a standard review. It's gonna be boring. Nobody's gonna like it. But like, I can't do that, and I'm not like that because I'm not good at that. But what I am good at is being stupid and being goofy and just coming up with something off the cuff. I had ordered the costume, the wig, the little antenna, and I ordered a Jedi robe for my son to wear. Like I ordered some shit. Elon Sleazebaggin, though, is not an easy. It's an easy character to buy if you want to spend a little bit of money, but he's not a character you're going to find.
Yeah, neither
out.
was Dexter.
Right. So I had a good plan, but none of it happened. So I was like, you know what? You made a comment to me. You bought all the stuff. Just do the review with the clothes on anyway, at least. And that sparked a thing in my head that was like, hey, you know what? I'm gonna type up real quick a skit. I'm gonna put it on a teleprompter because I have a prompter, and that's a whole story in itself because I've never used it before. So I had to learn how to use it.
That was the first time you used it, wasn't it?
I had to learn how to use the teleprompter last night, which took me an hour using the program from China that they give you to download that didn't work. So I had to download another program off of Google Play that did work, but I had to learn how to use it and import my skit and all that shit, right? My script and everything. So I was up and I got it finished at like 6:30 in the morning. And I got it, and I set the time for it to go at 7 a.m. Central. But I was up till 6:30 a.m. So I stayed up all night working on it. And so if anybody's watched it, just know that if you're watching any part of it, it's probably, if you're on the Eastern Seaboard, it was probably about 5:30 your time. And then I had to edit it real quickly and then get it out. But it was a lot of fun. And I had a lot of fun doing it. It's got some good comments. Some people watched it. I expect much from it.
Got a lot of comments on it, man. A lot of people liked it.
But it was fun to do, and I really enjoy it, and I like being goofy and silly and just doing that. It's not a great figure review, but the beginning is really fun, and then I just put on this big accent and decided to just have fun with it. So that's what it was. It was, and actually, no, Woody, those are not real bad. I have Halloween makeup that I've had since last year when I decided to do my blonde Southern, battered wife for our Halloween stream on 7's Wild. And then I will share this one screen right here, just to give you a little bit of a taste. And yeah, death sticks, they'll F you up. That was one of the funniest things. I had to beep it out because I didn't want, I mean, it's on my
All
channel,
right.
but I didn't want Punk being like, oh, you're cussing, whatever. But it was fun doing that. And
Well,
then
I bleep stuff in mine too. So
yeah, so
and
but nonetheless, it was a lot of fun. And so if anybody out there hasn't done if you want to do a figure review and you don't do them, and then just do one. It doesn't matter.
These are
like
for fun. Like
it,
this is not perfect. Got to be
it
perfect.
really doesn't matter because I'm not good at it, and yet at the same time, it's like, hey, I'll figure it out. I'll record it. Even if you're not good editing and you can just maybe record it and just put it together, whatever. But we still need some people to fill out the rest of the month. So we need some more figures, and some of them are super cheap, but anyway, so that's the way I approach it. I approach everything as a joke, pretty much, and a goof. And so I thought, you know what, this will be fun for me. I'd already bought the stuff because I thought I was going to be doing this skit, and I had to kind of make it up on the fly. So I came up with it last night because you told me, hey, you bought the stuff.
Yeah,
you might as well use it. So that's how that came about. But it was a lot of fun, and this whole part with the figure I wrote a script for, and I was like, you know what, I'm going to talk like a very old imperial officer and just make this really masterpiece theater stupid thing out of it. And these are all my old G.I. Joe not G.I. Joe, Star Wars figures in the background for my Darth Vader case. Not all of them, a few of them, but I brought out some of the best ones, and I put them all out in a semicircle kind of thing and whatever. But anyway, so it was fun, man. So I encourage anybody to do it. If you're not good at it, doesn't matter. Just, just do it.
I just wanted to kind of direct traffic toward them. The May the Power of the Force.
Hey, look, I appreciate it. If anybody watches it, man, and you like it, great. Again, I'm not good at doing figure reviews. It's not my thing, but it was a lot of fun to do. And so anybody that watches it and leaves a comment or a like or whatever, man, it's definitely appreciated. But I did have fun doing it. Unfortunately, literally while all of you were sleeping.
Yeah. Man. So everybody check those out. I put a link to our reviews in the description. Loki's out.
Heading out.
You might want to stay for a second, Loki.
Yeah, Loki, you might want to hang out for maybe just the next 2 minutes, 3 minutes,
a couple minutes. So we're gonna get ready and talk about our cons or conventions that we would like to go to. Talk a little bit about those if money was no object. But before we do, we got to talk about something that we did last year.
Let's give a refresher to everybody that maybe was there or wasn't there or is planning on going. A little refresher.
So it is kind of early in May. So we are of course talking a little bit about Joe Fest. We're not going to talk a whole lot about Joe Fest, but we are going to talk about a return to Club Talkin. You guys hear a lot about Club Talkin, and gonna lay out, if you don't know, what Club Talkin is and where it come from. Now, I mentioned I linked Pop Blender and I's May the Power of the Force video from this year in the description for the video. There's also one more link, and it is the link to Tony's Figs May the Power of the Force video from last year. And I don't know if Tony's still here or not. I'll at him and see. I don't know if Tony's still listening or not. Nope, he's out. So
let's
So that's okay. He'll hear.
Yeah.
So basically, in a nutshell, Club Talkin, Tony, in his video last year, he did his review, his May the Power of the Force on Tarkin and Grand Moff Tarkin, and he's out saving his community. Even he may very well be. I don't know if he's working tonight or not. So in his lore, when he was talking about Grand Moff Tarkin, he drug up some story from somewhere in a novelization or something that somebody had written, and starts going into this story about Grand Moff Tarkin having been gay in this story that he was reading. And he
Yeah.
goes off on this crazy tangent about Grand Moff Tarkin in this one story being gay, which, whatever. But it's just hilarious because it just kind of comes out of nowhere. So I linked that video if you want to watch it and you want to get familiar with it. But I did put some pictures together from Club Tarkin. So we were at the pool at Joe Fest. What's up, Kenzo? How you doing, man?
Hell
Good to
yeah.
see you. We were at the pool at Joe Fest. Club Tarkin took place on Sunday in the afternoon after the show was over. We all met up and we went and ate, and then we were like, hey, we should go to the pool. So we went to the pool and hung out, and somebody had a speaker. This is my scrap iron figure. He goes to places like this with me. I took him to the pool, and everybody was hanging out. I had scrap iron, was kicking it with everybody. Get my folders straight here so I know where I'm at in this slideshow. So scrap iron was hanging out, kicking it with everybody. Who's that guy right there? It's me. There's me with scrap iron. Now, how Club Tarkin actually came about was somebody had a Bluetooth speaker. I think it was Travis. I think it was Moody. And we started out playing actually the theme to G.I. Joe over and over and over and on the speaker. Eventually, we got tired of that and started searching for music. And there's Baldy. And we went into this weird ass like dance electronica.
Oh, it was
kinda,
it was straight up gay club music. It was
it really,
electronic, like dance EDM. That's what it was. I mean,
and,
if you've ever been out to a club, it was around the clock.
and then we take a bite out of crime. So
It was great.
somebody looked around. Scrap iron's my pocket figure. I take him to conventions and on trips and stuff. So we were hanging out, and at some point somebody, probably Punk, was like, what the hell is this? Like, what are we listening to? And somehow that went into this is the kind of shit that they would play at Club Tarkin. Man, like, Grand
Yes,
Moff Tarkin hanging out at a dance club,
that's right.
at a gay dance bar, and it just went into this whole funny ass thing, and that is how Club Tarkin was born. So this year, next month, Joe Fest, we are going to do a return to Club Tarkin, and
Old
we wanted to
Travie.
do a little refresher there. Yeah, that's Moody.
Yeah.
There he is. There's Tony. Well, let me go back. There he
Yes,
is.
stick around,
Somebody
Tony, for just like a couple more minutes because we need to get this. You need to do this.
So somebody must have hollered at him. So we're doing a return to Club Tarkin, and
Return.
Pop Blender and I kind of had this idea. So it's time, if you want to get ready to mute your mic, Pop
Yep.
Blender. I'm gonna show this real short little video here, and we're gonna let you guys in on something that we're doing. So hang on just a second. I'll run this video. So that's all right that it didn't really play the sound. We didn't really need it all that much
All right, so
for it. So
we have Joe Fest t-shirts. You got a link for them too, right?
I do have a link I'm going to drop here in just a second.
Drop the link in the chat. We have Joe Fest t-shirt. I'll stand up so you can talk about it. Let's see. I'll try to show it off. You got pictures too, right?
I do have pictures.
All right.
So this is the front of the shirt for this year. There's what Pop Blender is showing right there. And this is the back of the shirt for this year. So let me get to my next screen. So this is the shirt that we have come up with that we're going to have at Joe Fest for Club Talkin. What happens at Club Talkin stays at Club Talkin. So if anybody is going to be there, anybody's going to be at Joe Fest and going to be hanging around on that last day for return to Club Talkin, this is the shirt. And I talked just a minute about what we're going to do with it. So we independently had the idea to come up with a shirt for Joe Fest. Now, I don't know if Pops was going to be Club Tarkin or just a Joe Fest group shirt. Mine was always going to be Club Tarkin. And you can see it on my face in our last stream. Somebody asked Pop about a shirt.
Stanley
Stanley
asked about shirts.
It's always Stanley asking about shirts.
It's always Stanley.
So somebody asked and was like, yeah, we'll look into that, whatever. So after it was over, when we were backstage, I said, are you going to do shirts? And you're like, I was thinking about it. I said, well, I was going to do shirts too. We hadn't even told each other because we were going to surprise each other. So I had already designed this and we talked about it and decided to go with this design. I'd already come up with this. And so we actually put this into play. This is the real deal. I'm going to drop a link so you can order them. I'll show you.
If you want to order one, I mean, there's different ways to kind of, come up with that. It's either you could buy a bunch of shirts and try to sell them, or you could try to buy a bunch of shirts and give them out. But I know that everybody, people going to a con are looking to spend their money on toys. They're looking to spend their money on like stuff that obviously that's the reason you go there. But, and obviously there's a couple, maybe a few people that will not be here this time that were at Club Tarkin. But, you have a relative who does, shirts.
I do.
And so this is kind of her deal. And so there is a link. You can buy the shirt because it's like, okay, well, we could buy shirts and then, obviously sell them and get the money if you want to PayPal and all that. But like that turns into just a whole thing. And we all know that can turn into a mess, right?
Yeah.
Create some shit, whatever. But if anybody wants to grab one, the link's in the chat. I'm sure you'll be posting that on Instagram too. And if anybody wants it, all you gotta do is contact 3-Star or me or whomever, either one of us you like. Most people like him. They don't like me. So message him. But either way, if you want one, like there's whatever size, right? But she's giving you a price point, right?
Yeah. So what this is it's legit. This is somebody I've known since 6th grade. It's my sister's best friend. She has a business. She does all this printing, shirts, hats, all this stuff. The link is to her Square store. Like, we're not making any money off of these shirts.
No,
my original
money, nothing like that.
My original plan was I was going to have a bunch printed up. I was going to give them out, but it is not cost efficient to do that. So I worked it out with her. She's given a break on the price. So anybody who wants to click the link and order one, it's going straight to the person making the shirts. Now here's the kicker. Here's the caveat. There's no shipping on these shirts. These
Right.
shirts are going to be picked up from us
Yes.
at Joe Fest for hopefully everybody that's going to be at Club Tarkin this year. If you're just going to be at Joe Fest and you want to hang out, whatever, that's cool, but that's fine. But not shipping them. Like, we're bringing the shirts down there. I'm going to have her put people's names on them. I'm going to give them out. Pop's going to give them out. So we're not making a dime off these shirts. She's giving a price break on them. They are 16, I think, for small, medium, and large, and XL, and anything over XL is 20. And for front and back sided shirts, she usually charges 30 to do those. So getting a break on the price to get them done.
Yeah. That's actually huge because usually you try to do these shirts like and whatever, and it costs you and shipping and tax and all that, right? So
small batch from a small business. So that's how that's going to go down. Anybody that clicks the link and goes and orders one, she knows orders might start coming in. They're all going to get made and give them to us, and we're going to bring them down and give them to you guys down there. I will probably get just a couple of extras printed, but not many, because those I'll be paying for, and Pop may do the same. I don't know, but it's going to be made to order. We're going to bring them down. So there's going to be Club Tarkin shirts. I got to send this link to Stanley Eberhard. I'm sure that's going to make his day. I got to send it to Punk. Nobody's seen this before today other than Pop Blender. Punk hadn't seen it. Tony hadn't seen it. I've been saving it. So tonight was the reveal. Of course, we're going to share it here on our stream with you guys first. So Club Tarkin shirts, holler at me or Pop, and there's the link. We'll be posting it. I'll also go back and put the link in the description for the show tonight.
And got permission to use the Joe Fest logo.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Like, I did have Punk check with Ed, and he approved using the logo.
Yeah. Now G.I. Jetman brings up a good question, right? And it is, hey, I'm not going to Joe Fest, right? Like, you can't buy one, right? Well, so that's part of that is trying to like make this as easy as possible so that people don't have to pay on like tax or whatever and like shipping and all that. But if you wanted one, like, you can order one on that link, and then it'll come in for sure.
Well, it'll come in to me.
It will. Now, from there, then that's really a matter of setting up the rest of that transaction to get it out, right? So, if there is shipping involved with that, then that's something you'd kind of have to set up, you know what I mean? It's not to exclude anybody or say, hey, you can't have one, but to make it as cost effective as possible. And also, being part of like going down to Joe Fest or whatever, and hanging out at the pool last year and maybe this year, obviously this year, whatever. It's just, so that was kind of the idea. But if you did want to get one, it's not that it couldn't be. It's just that it's a matter of then shipping it to you, which then that would have to be a transaction, would have to be worked out on the side. Right, separately. But if you're okay with that, GI, then that's great. Loki, if you do buy one, it's not a matter of just letting us know. But if you want to do that, and then basically what's going to happen is that those shirts are going to have to be there's going to be a label on each one of them, whether that's a Post-it, whether that's wrapping it or rolling it, and in a rubber band. She'll have a Post-it for each person, right? Bagged for each person that buys one, then that will have your name associated with that shirt, so it won't go anywhere else. So nobody else is going to have it. You just got to fill out that information.
Yep. So it was really designed as a thing for people that are going to be there. If you're going to be there Saturday only, Clint, we probably can make that happen. We can make you an honorary Tarkin member. Is really aimed at the people that were going to be there hanging out at Joe Fest. Period. But to help her out as a small business, I think it'd
Yeah.
probably be okay if anybody that wanted to order one, we could probably get it to you. But she's not shipping any of them. They're all going to go to me, and me and Pop are gonna split them up. So
Right.
but
But that's the
so
plan. So look, spread the word. If you're coming down, if you're flying down War Chest, if you're whatever you're doing, if you're coming down to Joe Fest, then awesome. Be there. You'll be able to pick it up there. You'll be able to wear it. We can wear it all around. All the YouTubers, we all saw each other last year, and anybody new coming in, we're gonna be able to hang out with you too, meet you too. And shoot the shit. And I promise you, it's such a great time if you've never been, especially hanging out at the restaurant and in the lobby afterwards, and the bar after the day is over, and just talking to people and getting ideas, and a lot of encouragement. It's funny, man, because like people, especially the YouTube part of it, a lot of
Yeah.
encouragement. There's people that are just like, hey, this is what I did, or hey, man, like, I love what you do, or whatever. That was before I really started this journey, or whatever you want to call it. And I had not done much at all except for May Power of the Force. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And a couple streams with Matthew and a couple streams with you. But it's a lot of fun. So anybody that's coming, that's kind of the idea. But if somebody does want one, that's going to be a transaction that's going to have to be kind of worked out on the side. So if you want to buy one, you got the link.
Yeah, you'll have to get with
You
me.
know where to
and make
find
sure.
it. But then after that, it's a matter of getting it out. And so if somebody wants one, that's great.
And the cutoff on ordering them will be May 31st.
Yeah, May
make sure.
31st, because they can't be
Make sure they can all get made and to me. So
100%.
So, all right. So we got that done. So we'll be sharing that link. I'll be sending that to Pont and to anybody that copied it and whatever. Just get with me if you got any questions. But we wanted to do some Club Tarkin shirts. So, all right. Leading into con games. So we wanted to highlight some of the conventions that we would like to make it to, or shows, whatever.
Yeah.
Toys, comics, anime, whatever, that pop culture that we would like to make it to before we die. I've got a list of some over here, and this is money not being an option to get to these, because the one that you mentioned earlier, I'm going to go ahead and pull up.
That's cool, because I've got it on my list, but I can take it off, because obviously this can be,
this can be, if you want to talk about it, this one can be your first one, and you can go first.
Oh yeah, we can both. I mean, it doesn't matter. We can both talk about it. But the ICCC Con, or it's called ICC Con,
Yes.
2025. For me, although there are some people that are going to be there, for me, the main person that's going to be here close to Nashville is Star Wars Theory. So anybody that's watched Star Wars Theory's content, he is the biggest Star Wars channel on YouTube, bigger than the official Star Wars channel and Disney's channel. And, dude's done some great stuff. He actually makes sabers now as well. That's his main business. So he's selling his replica sabers from all of the Star Wars lore, stuff like that. But I've been watching this content since like 2016. And so that's somebody I would like to meet at ICC Con. It is a Star Wars con, like you've said. It is mainly that.
Yeah.
And so that's not the toys per se that I would get into. However, because he's there, I would like to meet the guy. But there's also some other people that are going to be there too, which is pretty cool, which I'll let you kind of highlight.
Yeah, just kind of scrolling down. This is some of the people that are going to be there. Yes, War Chest. It's in Nashville. It's actually in Murfreesboro this year, which is, I mean,
20
it's
miles,
yeah,
22 miles,
25,
25 miles.
half an hour. So it's actually closer to me. Not by much though.
Yeah.
It's like there. This convention's like 20-25 minutes from my house tops. Night Loki's out. I'm
Yeah,
glad we
buddy.
got you to stick around because I knew you were going. So Katie Sackhoff is the big one this year. Last year it was Billy D. Williams. Um, and let's see, Warwick Davis and his son Harrison are going to be there this year.
Harrison,
Uh,
such a treasure.
yeah, Harrison Warwick, Harrison Davis, Harrison Warwick. Yeah, like you look at the difference, like yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's
But
come on. I mean, why is Harrison's thing so much shorter?
uh,
Oh,
uh,
I'm so terrible.
but you know what? He's been in something official Star Wars, and I haven't. So,
That is true.
so just a lot of people.
Star Wars Theory,
This is a
was it Kevin Cash? Is that the
duh, duh,
Star Wars Theories there? You got Kevin Cash, who did Elmo for years. Is the
this is
puppeteer.
a Turtles themed. Aside from Star Wars, the main theme for it this year is Turtles. You got a lot of the voice actors from Turtles, from Secret of the Ooze. All these guys here. He was Splinter. Um, there was April. Ernie Reyes is going to be there. Brian Tochi. So a lot of actors. The voice actor for Watto is there.
Yeah, yep.
Oh, it's a really Star Wars centric show, but they have a little bit of everything. There are a lot of vendors there. There's quite a few toys. I always talk about Yojo Depot. He's going to be there, set up. He was there last year. Now I went to this last year. It was in October last year, and they changed it to May, and they changed venues. This is the show where I got to meet Mython the Python at.
Yeah, man. Good old Mython, dude.
He and I had planned to meet up there for several months, and I got to hang out with him. I did do a video I've got on the channel from last year if you want to kind of look at it and kind of see what it's about. Ron Rudat was there last year. A bunch of creators that worked on Star Wars, like literature, and some of the catalog books and things were there last year. So it's a good show. It is,
It's
to
expensive
me, it's a
for
little
what it is.
expensive.
Yeah.
Now, if I was as into Star Wars as I am into GI Joe, I think it would probably be a good deal for a day. But like the weekend VIP is high to get in this show. But this show has a lot of overhead, tons of guests, and they have badges for like each individual tier. Like this is the artist that did all the badges. We don't need no stinking badges, but
Right.
you get one if you go. So this is a good show, and I know you really want to meet Star Wars Theory. So
Yeah.
they're doing a Turtles pizza party with all the voice actors for the Turtles. So and of course that's an add-on. There's so many add-ons for a show like this. It's very heavily produced, I guess. A lot of strings to pull a show like this together. But the 501st Legion is big at this show. The Star Wars Costume
Yeah.
Club.
Yeah.
They have a huge presence at this show. Mython was he was in it. If you actually look at their Facebook page, there's a couple Royal Guards in the banner picture. The one up front is Mython from last year. So ICCC is a good show. It just is, like, it's $70 a day
Yep.
for pass.
Starts in 1 day, 7 hours, 12 minutes, and 40 seconds from now.
And there it is at the top. It's the final countdown.
Yes, it is. Bitches.
Yeah, Dreadnought says no Vanilla Ice, hard pass. I'm kind of surprised they didn't get him. You
Go
know,
Ninja,
like
go Ninja, go. Man, somebody keeps changing the Wikipedia and saying that Frank Miller wrote the lyrics for Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2.
what?
Yes, it's been an ongoing joke for like 20, however long Wikipedia's been around. Is every now and then somebody goes in and they say that Frank Miller wrote the lyrics to the rap of like Go Ninja Go.
Okay.
I know it's stupid, but it's like that's pretty funny. Like
Let's see. Robbie Riss played cousin Oliver from Brady Bunch that was on there for like one season, wasn't he? Like the last season or
yeah, like the
something, second to
very
last.
yeah, I think so. Yeah,
I
but I mean,
forgot
look,
about cousin Oliver.
hey, if you can get paid to go to cons for one season of TV when you was like
So, well, you talking about like wanting to meet Star Wars Theory, that would be like the dream with doing any of this is like being
to
able
go
to
on a
somebody
stream with him or something like that.
no to be
Oh,
like a featured guest at a con like this where you could go and
oh,
meet a
sure,
lot of the people
sure, it'd
that
be a lot of fun.
come and want to listen to you. So
Yeah, listen to you, enjoy what you do. Trust me, look, the pop culture channels that I subscribe to, when I watch them do a panel, because they
yeah,
actually get booked for panels, and when I watch their panels when they do them, that's the biggest thing. They fill a room full of people that are there to, that send super chats every week, and they are there to see them and listen to them just talk about the same stuff they talk about on their streams. But it's cool. Yeah, I'm sure that's a blast. I mean, and they wouldn't be there if people didn't like what they did, right? So,
yeah,
in Star Wars Theory the same way. Like, people like what he does, and but yeah, listen to somebody for that long, 9 years. It's like,
yep,
as many videos as I've watched, as much entertainment as that person has given to me,
right.
right? So that's kind of the way I look at it. And
No,
it's the same way with channel memberships and things like that, man. It's like if somebody provides you with like entertainment and you watch it
yeah,
every day,
yeah. I'm gonna use.
then
I use Punk for an example. Like I
yeah.
watch just about
So
everything that like
yeah.
Punk puts out, and I'm a channel member because he puts a lot of time into it, and it's entertaining. So
Well, I'm a channel member not because I think he's entertaining. It's just I'm a nice guy. No, I'm just kidding. It's
is that what it is?
I look. I like what he does. I don't see every video. I don't. But I do watch a lot of the reviews. But in that example though, is that yeah, I fully understand. It's like if you support somebody, you like them, it's awesome, and then you
Yep.
really enjoy it. They provide you some stuff, so entertainment, and so it's like going back watching somebody or whatever. It's what it's all about. So no, I'm messing around, but I fully know exactly what you're talking about. That's for sure.
Viper Scout says to make it real Club Tarkin, you'd make Speedos.
I would make Speedos and then I would ship them to Woody overnight because his wife is touching him.
Because he got to go.
Yeah,
All right, man. Have a good night, Woody. All right, so let's get the rolling here. Here's one that some of you people out there listening might have gone to, the Great Ohio Toy Show. I've heard a lot of stuff about this one. I think this is the big one that Hella Dope goes and sets up at.
Okay.
It's a huge show. 700 plus tables and dealers, 8 buildings. It's like the size of what our good flea market used to be here. Like but for a day and full of nothing but toys. So this is one that like I know I like to watch Froggy Flips. He goes to this show.
Okay. Oh yeah. I know who you're talking about. Yeah.
I think what's the dude with the beard? Greg. I can't think of his last name. Does 3D printing and toy hunts. Why can't somebody will know? He goes to it. But I just always thought this was a good show. I've heard about this show for a long time, and it's not really that far. Ohio is what, like 6 hours? I'm not sure exactly where
No,
Xenia
no, no. Yeah,
is.
it's not. You're straight up 65 northbound, baby. You'll be there
Yeah,
in no time. Yeah, it
yeah.
is. It's about 6 hours or something like that.
So that's one that no, not Claus. It's Greg. It's not Greg Claus. Um, damn, Greg Claus, the toy hunter.
You son of a bitch.
No, but that's one that I've always kind of heard about and would like to go to. And that one's no great stretch, to get to that one. So I got some other ones that are. So what you got next?
Oh God, take it. What's this? She's so stupid. I'm sorry, man. That shit cracks me up. It's so dumb. Okay. I've heard it's wild. I've heard it's pretty badass. I've heard it's packed as a motherfucker. I would like to go to Dragon Con in 105 days and 18 hours, 6 minutes and 22 seconds. Yeah, I've heard a lot of things about it. I've heard it's a great time. It's been going on for a long time. And a little bit of everything, a lot of cosplay. I don't know if you can see the screen behind the screen.
Yeah.
But I'm
wouldn't mind
okay
going
with
to
that.
that one, too.
I would see an adult Pebbles Flintstone, if you will. But yeah, no, I think that would be fun. I've heard a lot about it. Some of the people, the pop culture people I follow, they love going there. It's one of those things like every con. Some years you have like tons of people that you recognize. Some years you have people you don't. It's kind of up in the air with that. But I think also too, it's about the buy-in stuff, right? Like it's about the what's on the showroom floor. And while we could probably all agree that no matter where you go, there you are, as in you may very well see the same stuff. If you go to another con, you're going to find a cover girl classified for, $15 and get her, and her arm's not going to be attached. But you can probably find her at several different cons. But like Timothy Zahn, that's somebody that I've read and really enjoy. You know what I mean? That is honestly, in my opinion, just looking at this year's list, is probably the bigger name on that. If you're just kind of just at a glance, now I haven't dug into this very heavily at all, but nonetheless, it's like featured guests, performers, you know how it is. It's always that way, but yeah. So I don't know, man. Like Dragon Con, I've heard a lot about it. Some of the people I follow like to go. They do panels, and so I wouldn't mind going to that just to check it out. It's not far from where I'm at. You know what I mean? And I think Dragon Con would be fun. I've heard so much about it.
Yeah, that's another one that I've heard quite a bit about too. I think there's some of the people in our circles, sphere, whatever, go to Dragon Con. Let's see. Let me find. So this is one I'd like to go to. This one's actually going on next weekend, MCM London. Not a lot of still pictures and stuff on there. They hadn't put a whole lot on there, but just like a lot of the guests. Like I don't know a ton of the guests. David Tennant.
Wait, who? What was it?
David Tennant.
David Tennant. Yeah, Doctor Who. He's played. Yeah, he's played some. Yeah, he's a fantastic actor.
Oh yeah. So you got D. Bradley Baker, Bad Batch.
Absolutely, D. Bradley. Isn't that Captain Rex? He did all the clones.
I have no idea.
Yeah, he's the voice of the clones in the Clone Wars, and D. Bradley. If I'm not mistaken, he's.
I'm just reading what it says on here about them. Some of them that I know the name, but I don't know what they've been in. This dude, Dan Fogler, Walking Dead. Fantastic Beasts, a lot of voice actors in here from different things, a lot of character actors. Patton Oswalt's going to be there. Love to
Yeah.
meet Patton Oswalt. Rob Paulson.
Oh no, actually, never mind. We have a different opinion about Patton. Also,
Well, I like Patton Oswalt, so I don't give a fuck. He's funny. I don't care about his
He
politics.
used to be funny.
The only person I could probably say that about is Jimmy Kimmel.
And Bill Burr.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's maybe Bill Burr, but I like Patton Oswalt. So anyway, just this one going to London and just having a big
that would be a
experience.
blast.
And they show
sure.
off, they reveal toys and stuff at this con. Hasbro is usually there. We usually get a couple of reveals at least at MCM. So maybe next weekend they'll release release some info on some upcoming pre-orders or something. We talked about the All Striker earlier.
Yeah,
I see them saving that for Yojo June, but just as an example.
Right.
So
No, I'm with you.
MCM's one that I would like to check out.
Yeah, no, I think that would be an absolute blast. I mean, I know there's one in here that all of us probably would.
Yeah.
It starts with an H. I think all of us would probably want to go to, but there is another one that I would love to go check out that a lot of people I know go to, and it is Anime Matsuri. Anime Matsuri is as you can see in July, a pretty big con. Now, it is a more anime focused and Japanese pop culture, but I think I would love to go to that to experience that because I can't get to Japan.
Right.
And I would love to kind of, get an idea of how this all goes down, and it's let's see here if I can get kind of the bring it up here. I mean, Houston, Texas, weather's fine. I mean, it's in July, so it's a little hot. But again, some of the pop culture channels that I follow have panels. It is a huge con for anime and cosplay. You can even submit if you want to try to do a panel, right?
Yeah.
And every one of them kind of have that, but the last 2 or 3 years, a lot of people that I like to check out have done the Anime Matsuri con, and every time I've watched the videos, it just looks like a freaking blast. Houston's a cool town as long as you know where to go. I guess don't stray off the beaten path too far. But
it's freaking huge.
Yeah, no, it is. And then even like this is Anime Baseball Night, which I think I don't know anything about that. Just to tell you, I don't know anything about that. I don't know a lot about it, but watching a lot of the content creators that I like, a lot of them do love going there. And I think it's probably, because Texas, a lot like Matthew, I know, but like a lot of the people that I watch live in Texas. So that's an easy con for them to go to. But yeah, Anime Matsuri would be cool to me. And I actually do like anime. And so I think if, for an anime fan, that'd be a great place to go to actually, be involved or be in the middle of all of that, because I'm sure it's heavily influenced with anime and cosplay and stuff like that. So,
well, I'll see your heavily influenced anime cosplay con and raise you the Tokyo Comic-Con.
Now that would be amazing to go over there, man. Absolutely.
So, Joe Fan is in the house. What's
Hell
going
yeah.
on, Joe
What's up,
Fan?
buddy?
Nephew came down from Knoxville. That's all right, man. Family is important. So,
Yep.
So this is one, like, I don't even know like any of the stuff about it. It's going on what is it, December 5th, 6th, and 7th this year. Um and like it's all in English and Japanese. This is the
That shit, you
cosplay
know, that
stuff.
shit is wild, dude.
I know. See
You know it's wild over there.
the cosplay for this.
Come on, man. They're so creative and just the culture and just all the other little things. Like I can only imagine what that's like going to a con like that, dude.
And seeing, like just some of the various just Marvel stuff here. Um, I don't know. I just think for cosplay and for things like that, and you imagine the amount of like Transformer stuff, like robot stuff that's probably over there. They make,
Oh
like
yeah.
transforming
Right.
cosplay suits and shit
Right.
over
Yeah.
there. So, if we're talking about dream ones that money is no object for, I think going to Tokyo, and I'm not a huge anime person, and cosplay's fine. It's not something I'm gonna do, but I like seeing the people that do it. I appreciate, I love Halloween. I appreciate all of the effort that goes into doing the stuff. So I think just for such a wide variety of things, going to a big Comic-Con in Japan would probably be the pinnacle of anime and robots.
It would, even if you're not necessarily into it. I just think there's something interesting about the culture and just kind of how just seeing the differences, but then you throw all that really on top of it and you're just in the middle of it. Yeah, absolutely. Like that would be wild, dude. And come on, man, let's not kid ourselves. You might meet your future waifu there. I mean,
Right.
you're looking around all these girls in cosplay that they don't even speak English, and you're just like, I love you.
Yep.
I love you. I probably do that actually at San Diego for that matter. It doesn't matter. I'm just like, marry me. Shit. Stellar Blade. Anyway, so all right, let's see. What do I have next? I've got some of them. Somebody said there was not shit in Michigan. You got Motorfest, don't you? What's Motorfest like? I've heard of Motorfest.
Motor City.
Motor City, Motorfest, Motor City Fest, City
Motorboat.
Fest, Motorboat. It's the motorboat
I want to go to
capital
Motorboat.
of the world.
I want to go to Motorboat Con.
Yeah. Anyway, but I know they do have that. But we all know the big one, right? We all know the big one. I know. I'm gonna hear it. People in here are gonna say it. Matthew's gonna say it too. But my whole life as an adult, watching G4 TV, watching people do videos from there and TV shows from there, San Diego Comic-Con. For me, yes, I know from what I've heard, it's out of control now, and it's like too many people, and it's, and yes, War Chest, I would absolutely motorboat the shit out of Scarlett Johansson, but San Diego Comic-Con, personally, it's that one I've just seen. I've heard about. I would like to go for the experience. I know Matthew doesn't want to go now. I get it. I understand. But I still would like to go, for at least the experience of it, even if it's just for one day. Would I want to spend the whole weekend there? But I'd like to sit for a day. Yeah, it used to look a lot cooler. So here's the deal. All right, it's kind of like E3. E3 got kind of taken over. E3 used to be a thing where it was mostly people, if you worked in a GameStop or you had a video game store, then they start letting all the public in, and then it gets more and more crowded. There's people that don't know how to act right, that all of a sudden, and with San Diego Comic-Con maybe exploding as well in popularity, I get it. But I still would like to go, at least to experience it. San Diego weather, come on, man. Like, whatever. But that's one that I definitely would like to go to for sure, and at least just to say I went. If it's shit, then it's shit, and I'll tell everybody it's shit. I have no problem doing that, as you very,
Yeah.
very well know. But
Yeah.
but I'd like to go.
That's obviously on my list too for the same reasons.
Yeah, yeah,
Do I think I would enjoy it as much when I'm there? I don't know. I don't like huge
right.
crowds and I don't like sweating, so possibly not, but I'm like you, that's all I've heard for forever is that's
Yeah,
the con to end all cons. So I'd like to go for the experience as well. That one's definitely on my list too.
yeah.
Let's see. So I'll pull up one that probably some people here. I know some people that do watch us have been. I don't know if anybody that is in here now has been. This one, I don't have a whole bunch of stuff from it, pretty much just the name, and that is Legion's Con.
Oh yeah,
I'd,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
I'd like to go to Legion's Con. It's in Whippany, New Jersey, and it's in November this year. I would definitely like to go check out Legion's Con just because that is Four Horsemen territory up there, and it's big. The Cabal, it's their biggest show really that they do. Just for some, I'd like to see some Mythic Legion cosplay
Right.
because it's at this show. And I didn't say get a bunch of pictures or anything from it. I just wanted to mention it. I know Woody's been to this one. I think Legends. I think they went to this one. Punk has been to this one, and Action Figs has been to this one. It's one of those that if that's your part of the world, you're probably going to try and make. So this is one again that's not such a huge stretch to try to get to.
Right.
So I would like to try to make this one day. I'd like to make it next year, right before Baythier comes out, because that's probably about the time it's going to come out. I
Right.
bet, if they can, they time that to coincide with Legion's Con next year. I bet that's what they're working
Yeah,
toward. But
yeah. I mean, maybe so. That'd be pretty sweet. I mean, yeah. I've heard about Legions. I don't know a lot about it, but I've heard it mentioned a few times. Um,
yeah, I mean, it's
I,
one that a lot of our people go to. We
right.
hear firsthand stories of it. Like,
Honestly, like at this point, it's like I just like to go to a few of them. Just like to get the hell out of town,
yeah,
just to go. But it it is expensive. It does cost money. So there's another place I've been to a few times, and I've never gone up there for a con, but I am. I think the city that it's in, and maybe some people disagree. Toy Fair, that would probably be super cool, for sure. But let's see if I can get it.
I actually
pulled up
meant to
here.
put Toy Fair on my list and forgot it.
Let's see. There it is. So I think WonderCon would be fun. I've watched again some of the creators that I know that have gone to WonderCon and had a really good time. Look, I've never been to California. I've been to Arizona, and as much as I know California is shit, is that at certain parts of it anyway, and people that listen to us would agree, right? Like certain parts. At the same token, there are parts of it that are wonderful, and Anaheim, from what I understand, is still decent place to go to. But I would definitely like to go to WonderCon because again, it's just looking at kind of the setup, Hall C, B, A. I mean, pretty large.
Yeah, it's big one.
Pretty large, and trying to get an idea. I was trying to get up the list, but like some of these are so far out that you can't even pull up a list right now, right? You know what I mean? They haven't even locked in everybody. But some of the people that I watch attend WonderCon, and especially because they live out in the area, So that's
Yeah.
another one. And sometimes, some of this stuff is tailored for me where it's like, it's people I know that I like, that I'd have a chance to go meet, maybe hang out with them at the hotel bar, that kind of thing. So some of this is based off of my preference of people I follow,
Right.
because for me, it's like, yeah, there are things I'd buy, but at the same time, it's like, you know, the toys are going to be there, right? You can,
Yeah.
you can find the toys, but the experience, or maybe people that you follow that consistently go to some of the cons and stuff. That's kind of the way I'm approaching some of it. Fan
That
Expo in Canada would be fun, for instance. In
that's
Toronto.
how that's kind of how I feel about SDCC, because
Yes, no,
everybody that you
exactly.
could, big companies or people that you would want to see are going to be at that one. See everybody all in one place.
Right.
Never mind whatever you say about commercialization of the actual con itself. Just the people that still attend it for you know their field or their whatever. So that's kind of that. War Chest talks about Chicago Wizard Con. That
Yeah,
one was
WizardCon,
supposed to
right?
be
That, yep,
great back in the
yep.
day.
Heard a lot about
Uh,
WizardCon for sure.
and Todd says he hadn't been back to SDCC since the pandemic. How many times have you been to it, Todd? And then any particular one, GI Jet man, just like to go to one before you die. Any particular one that you'd like to go to?
I mean, sometimes it's just a matter of like, if you don't want to have one close to you, but then financially, making the trip, getting it together, or just other reasons, right? Like it just doesn't happen. And so I can understand that sentiment of just, hey, I just like to go to one. It requires planning, and it requires money. I
Yeah,
mean, if you're going to rent a hotel and all that, if you're not going to drive, you're going to fly. I mean, it is what it is, but it requires planning. But I get it. I totally understand that.
Todd went from 2010 to whenever pandemic, and it was canceled. So we
That's
went
10
for
years.
9 or 10 years then. So it's 10 years probably.
2020.
Yeah, no, it was
Um,
canceled in 2020. It was 2019.
I have I
One,
have two more on my list, but it's your turn. But I have basically just two more on my list, and I won't spend a lot of time on them. But what do you
yeah,
got?
I have knocking SDCC out. I've got two more, and this one's real quick, like just Joe Lana, because I
Yeah,
went
yeah, I
to I went
forgot.
I
Yeah,
went to Toylanta, and it's in
right.
the exact same place, and it's kind of more of a Joe centered one. Joe Lana is a smaller show
Okay.
than Toylanta is. It's in the same venue in Duluth, but it's coming up in September 26th, 7th, and 8th. So I would like to try to go down there for it, kind of like what I did with Toylanta. Me and Purple Elf went down there. I'd like to go down to Joe Lana, maybe just for the day, make a day trip.
Yeah.
It's a long day, but it's doable. So I'd just like to go down there and see what Joe Lana's about. I've seen, Toy Enhancers Ben, he goes to it. So he's had good things to say about it. So I'd like to go check Joe Lana out as well.
Yeah. I mean, look, anything that is kind of that GI Joe specific kind of thing.
Yeah.
Like I totally get. I mean, that's right up our alley. Of
Yeah.
course it is.
And that's
And
kind of like going to ICCC. Like it is a pretty big con and is a pretty well known con, but it's close. That's why I hate not to go, because it
right,
just the experience of going to one, and I
right.
mean, it is literally right down the road.
So
Uh,
there is one. So okay, I brought this up because I think this would actually be fun, because you realize how many Canadian actors there are out there.
oh yeah,
And I was looking earlier today and I came across Fan Expo Canada in August. And look at this guest list. Now I could give a shit
oh,
about John
damn,
Boyega at this point, but Michael J. Fox, Ewan McGregor, Tom Welling, Daphne Keene. I know you love Jodie Whittaker. I know you do. No, I'm just kidding.
She's
But
my
Christopher
favorite.
Lloyd, Heather Locklear, Peter Facinelli, Kellen Lutz,
Mhm.
Michael Rosenbaum, Juliette Lewis.
That's a banger of a
That's
convention,
that's
man.
that's pretty good, isn't it? Like that's a pretty good list, and that's just that list. Let alone maybe your comic, or your authors or whoever. I even got
Yeah.
into that, right? Animated, animation voices that are there is a few, right? I mean, but anyway, but I've never been to Canada, and I just think that would be a lot of fun in Toronto, and I just think that would be a blast up there, and also, yeah, that's some great actors. They're not all Canadian, but you know what I mean. Like,
Yeah. Oh
just
yeah.
up there and doing that one in particular. I think that would be pretty awesome.
I wonder
Pretty
if that's
pretty
one
awesome.
Crow. I know he hasn't gone to it. I just wonder
Yeah,
if
I
that's
don't
one on
know.
his radar
Yeah.
that he might try to
Yeah.
go to now that he's getting out and doing stuff like that.
Yeah, I mean that would be fine, and Todd C. If I could find a wife in Canada and bring her back, and she's legal, get her through customs, make her legal. I don't want nobody snatching her up at the gas station down the street, but yeah, I'm all in.
Wonder what tariffs would be on something like that because we already got them
Oh
crazy tariffs for
man,
for Canada. They
can
already.
you imagine paying the tariff on a chick from Canada? You know what I mean? Like actually having to pay for the chick to, it's like, well, that's going to be 177%, sir. And
Yeah.
now if she's a redhead, it's going to be 257 because they know that they're destructive.
Right. This is true. Joe Fan went to Canada for an hour, went to a Dairy Queen and come back. That sounds like a waste of a trip to me. You didn't even get any syrup. At least have to come back with some syrup.
What do you
Yeah, me
got?
too.
What's your last one on there, and I'll do mine, and then we can finish things up. What you
So
got? What you got?
ZoloCon. This one,
Zolocon.
I'd like to check this one out. This one has already happened this year. It was in March. This I think Woody went to this one. This is the one that's in King of Prussia. It's in Pennsylvania. I think they went to this one too.
Okay.
It's kind of they have a lot of stuff that is like it's more of a toy show, I think. Have a lot of different vendors, a lot of like niche stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I just think it'd be neat. It's another one of those upper, northeastern ones
Right.
up there where a lot of the stuff is centrally, or not centrally, but located up on that side of the country. They have a lot of cool casinos up there and a lot of crazy entertainment. So this one is at the Valley Forge Casino. They got a lot of that stuff up there too for some other entertainment. This was the Four Horsemen exclusive for that show,
Oh, cool.
but
Okay. All right.
they've got a big presence at that show too. So just for some of the different like lesser known kind of stuff, this was some of the vendors and a lot of independents and stuff at that show. So it's just one that I've heard a lot about that I'd like to check out if, up in that part of the world. It's another one that a lot of people in our sphere have actually gone to. It's like we're talking about ICCC being down the road from us. This is down the road for a lot of people that, that we know and we listen to. So that's just
Right.
another one I'd like to check out just up in
Dig it.
that area.
I like it, baby. Well, this one's going to take me overseas as well. My last one, I've heard so much about it in the last few years, but I would like to go to Gamescom in Germany. There are so many content creators that I would love to meet or see and play games, test games, check out, see all the new demos and stuff like that. I'd love to go over there and then make a video about it, whatever, right?
Yeah.
Report from there. The biggest games event in the world. So you don't get E3 really anymore, and it really sucks, man, that the video game industry has gone to this this whole thing of Microsoft, we're not going to participate anymore. We're just going to make our own
Yeah.
little live stream. Okay, I get it. It's cheaper. But it really sucks because it E3 and events like that brought gamers in, that brought in the press. I can remember years of watching G4 TV setting up at E3,
Oh,
and they
yeah.
had all the hosts there, and they did a whole week of coverage, and you heard about the new Halo game, and you heard about it, Jedi, Power Force battles, or whatever it was, right? Rogue Squadron on the GameCube. I mean, whatever. Like, and I miss that. And unfortunately, they just don't have as much about it, like, as much anymore. But Gamescom would be super, super cool too. I would love to go to Germany as well. What's funny is the pricing's not that bad, but when you're coming from where we're coming from, well, then, it is a whole different ballgame, right?
Right.
And so, yeah, man, like I would love to go there. It is in August. Let's see. I believe it's in August, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. So yeah. Anyway, Gamescom would be cool. And that's with an M, by the way. It's not Gamescon. It's Gamescom. Gamescom.com. But anyway.
Cool.
But yeah, no, I definitely I would love to check that out, man.
Yeah, that'd be
hard,
cool.
You're hard to come by. There's no game. You know what I mean? Like
no big
the
conventions
video game
anymore.
industry just doesn't really do that anymore, and I think it's a shame because the gaming industry is it was just a really fun time for most of us growing up in that time.
It's a magical time.
Yeah, they would show off
early
everything, and yeah, it was
late
it was
'90s,
great.
early 2000s.
People waiting in line at midnight to buy an Xbox from GameStop inside the mall. They'd let you sit, and wait in line, or to buy the new Call of Duty, in 2001 or whatever, right? It's like.
Yep.
Those and that's something that unfortunately is no longer a part of our culture, but for a long time it really was, and I hate that it's no longer. But anyway, so yeah, so that one that'd be cool. Going to Germany would be cool, but that's all I got. That's all of them. There's many more I'm sure I'd love to go to, but there's a few of them that I like.
Todd said, I want to go to a toy show in China. It's where they're made.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure they go big. So I looked for there's a pretty big one in Hong Kong, but I couldn't find a lot of stuff on it, like even any good pictures or anything.
Yeah.
And they have an actual comics festival there that I think would be cool. So say what's up to a punk with toys.
What up, buddy?
What's going on, Lawrence? So
what's going on?
Let's see. Got something for you to check out if you hadn't already heard. So
yes, sir. We got them on right now, baby.
Check that out. There it is. There's the culmination of what we were talking about, Punk. Appreciate your assistance in being able to get that done, checking in with Ed for me. So I'll get with you about that later, but if you want to go straight to it, there it is. That is the Club Talkin Joe Fest 2025 shirts that we are going to be able to get done up. So that's about it on the con talk. We could probably talk about them all night, all the big ones and little ones all over the place, toy shows, but getting late. What you got coming up? You got anything you doing special or anything on the channel you doing?
Well, no, look, I direct everybody to my YouTube channel, Pop Blender, and check out the May the Power of the Force Elin Sleeves Bag and No video. I did have a lot of fun watching, and I think you probably would enjoy it. If you did watch it, it's goofy, it's silly. That's just what I do. I can't do anything serious. But it was fun. And it's fun to do it. So if anybody wants to watch that, just go check it out. I put it up this morning. And then I will And JoeFan84, that's that link, baby. Go to that link. So I
Night
will
War
be
Chest.
yeah. Have a good night, buddy. Yeah, I've got Sunday night, obviously. So Sunday night unfiltered. I've got some topics to bring up. I am going to be probably talking about Andor again. So if you don't want to hear about that, I fully understand. But I will definitely be talking about it. And a few other things I've got saved already. But yeah, next Tuesday with Matthew, the usual evening blend every Tuesday night. But I am actually, because now with the setup that I've got, and I've got the cable length and everything, I am going to review this fella right here, Operation Monster Force Sleepwalker. So I'll be doing a review of this guy coming up real soon. Lighting is not the best on this stream setup, but anyway, this guy right there, you know him, you love him. Miss America. And then I will be doing a review on Fisher Rice, Cosmic Legions. You guys know who this guy is too. I'm sure of it, 100%. So I got to get those done. So now that I can do it, I will be. And then I'm going to be putting together my Blockies Action Edition Megatron back there on the shelf. I will be doing that and making a video out of that, and maybe a time lapse thing.
Yeah, I was gonna say that one might be a time lapse.
Yeah, it'll be a time lapse, but yeah, that Megatron is bad as shite. So I can't wait.
That thing is awesome.
I mean, dude, I'm sorry. That version of Megatron is the jam. Okay? And everything that he comes with, and it's a model kit, but it's kind of a different kind of model kit with a skeletal body that you put everything on. I absolutely really do love the look of this thing. Like, I really do. So anyway, so that's it, man. That's all I got. It's not a lot, but it is what it is.
Word. Well, I mean, good to see you do some different, some content like that, and kind of get a little more versed in doing a review type video, even though that's not your bag. Just something different, have on there, something different for you, just a variation of content.
Yeah. And look, hey,
that Nemesis Immortal video you did got like 1,000 views because you got it before everybody, whether it was bad or not.
It's a horrible review, but you're right, it did, and that's the reason I did the review, because I knew that nobody else had really gotten him in, and I was like, you know what, screw it. So there you go. But anyway, yeah, man, that's about it, man. I know you be with Crow next week, right? Next Wednesday night, with Crusty Old Crow.
Yeah, we'll be back for Backyard Battlefield, and no idea what our topic's going to be yet, but it'll be something fun and funny, I'm sure. So, and if I or we, whatever, make it to ICCC this weekend, if I go, I'll have the GoPro, so I'm sure I'll be doing a video out of it. If I do wind up going on Saturday, may go and hang out with Jay from Yojo Depot. Just hang out with him for a little bit. So we'll see. Other than that, like, I don't think I really got anything to review. I've still got this Hobgoblin figure I got to open, but I mean, I don't know if I'll review it or not, but yeah, that's it. I ain't got anything coming in that I know of. I'm trying to slow down a bit. It's going to be an expensive summer.
Yeah, well, and obviously with Joe Fest coming up too, and everything involved with that. So yeah, and it is what it is. But as we get closer to Joe Fest, we'll talk about it. We'll do a show, what we're looking forward to, and then all that good stuff and everything. So we'll do that here in a couple of weeks. But
don't want to wear that out too early. That's going to be a lot of focus and a lot of talk over the next month. It's in a month and 6 days. So we'll probably do a pretty big show on it that Wednesday that we're on before, which is the week before.
It's gonna be awesome, dude. Like I got Father's Day the weekend before, the Sunday before, and then the next weekend we get to take off, and so yeah, man, I can't wait.
Might try to have a couple people on for that show. We'll see.
That'd be great if they want to. Yeah, that'd be great.
Joe Fan hopes to meet everyone at Joe Fart.
Hell
Don't you hate
yes.
autocorrect? Let's hope it's not a Joe Fart and it's a fest. So yeah, we hope to meet you too, man. I hope to meet everybody and see everybody again and meet everybody that we.
And depending on what everybody eats and drinks, it could be a fart fest. So I mean, you never know. We'll see.
That pizza I got with spinach on it. I tell you, it was good going down.
And I ate I ate the whole damn pizza. He had like one piece. He's like, "Do you want a piece?" I was like, "Yeah," and then I ate the whole thing. He always is like, "I told you could eat it."
Yeah. I took like half of mine out to Ed, and I'm like, I can't eat all this, and it won't fit in the refrigerator.
Man, Matthew, damn it! Before we sign off, Matthew was that close to being able to come out on a Saturday.
He told me, man. I was really hoping Matthew was going to be able to make it down.
I was too. I really was too. And but yeah, it is what it is. So.
I told him to manufacture an excuse and come anyway.
I can't wait to see Clint too. Clint gonna be there. WonderCon next year. That's awesome, man. WonderCon, yes. Yeah, that's cool. Anybody, everybody. But anyway, hit that link up, you guys. Get the shirt. Again, look, they're not going to ship them out. So if you're not coming to Joe Fest to pick it up, to get it, because they will be there, then that's going to have to be something that you work out with 3-Star about shipping and getting it to you. I know it won't be that much because it's not that heavy, but again, that's just an extra step. So if that's something you want to do, that's awesome and that's great. But it is something that needs to be worked out. But if you're okay with that, then that's great.
And since the thought really was for Joe Fest and Club Talkin, you will miss the group picture that we hope.
So,
we
had a great one last. We had a great one last year on the steps. Yeah. That was fun and super cool. So can't wait.
Joe Fan, where do we pick it up? From us at Joe Fest is where it will be picked up at. We'll have to work out messaging us or something, and we're all gonna meet up anyway. So that won't be that hard to work out.
It won't be hard to get because you will have already bought it. They will be in hand. There's no worry about that. They will be there with they'll be bagged up, have your name on it. It will be set aside and they'll be individually done. And so and War Chest, it's just you just order it on the link that's in the chat up there, and then the shirts will be made, but it has to be done before May 31st.
May 31st.
Yeah, it has to be ordered before the end of the month.
The link will go down after the 31st, just to make sure that there's plenty of time to get them all made. So I'm sure. I don't imagine she's going to do them one at a time. She's going to know how many she's got to do them at once. So that's kind of what we talked about. I'm in communication with her. Next time I do a video where I'm live, I actually finally got she made me a 3-Star draw shirt. So I'll be able to rock my own t-shirt for a change. So, I haven't been assing around on getting one of those made, so I got that done from her. So support a small business and get a awesome shirt and be part of the club.
Yeah, absolutely.
Instagram probably be the best. Same name on Instagram, and I have my email is in my channel description on YouTube. I've got an email address that is associated with the YouTube account. It's in there in case you want to email me. That's some people have done it that way. So just it's DownSouth 7 the number or 7 spelled out and 7 the number, I think. But it's in the description.
And if you want to get a hold of me, man, just hit me up on my BlackBerry, my Crackberry.
BlackBerry. Oh shit!
No,
I heard that for a while. Somebody just did.
Actually, yeah. So, yeah, that sounds good. Yeah, Instagram for me is fine. I'm not the best Instagram friend. I'm not gonna lie. I will not lie about that. It doesn't mean that I don't check them. I just don't have notifications on because memes constantly are getting sent to me, and my battery would die on my phone if I had notifications on. I mean, it just would. So
I
check
guarantee
it.
he opens it and he's got like 40 reels.
Oh, it's like
various
40
people.
different videos from people, while I'm watching a YouTube stream too. So I'm like, okay, do I want to pause this stream to watch this meme and then go back to the stream or what? You know what I mean? But Instagram's good too. Whatever. I mean, I don't give a shit. Give somebody my number. I need to, you hit me up first on maybe Instagram.
Need to know so it ain't spam. So
yeah, because yeah.
Mr. Madgus in the house. He's here for the death rattle.
We're on the way out. I mean, we're on the damn way out, man.
We're heading out. So, all right. That's all we got for tonight. I appreciate you guys hanging in. We still got 20 people watching. Thank you guys.
Man.
Hit that like button. And all that stuff. I'm sure you're subscribed to both of us. Go check out the May the Power of the Force videos. Punk is posting the lists.
Yep.
And he's posting them on the May the Power of the Force Facebook page. That is the one that he is running specifically for the event. So he's posting the links every day. So guys, make sure you're watching them. Get some of these other content creators some views and have some laughs. Todd is going to watch Ironheart.
Yeah, he is. And to that, you know what I say? Oh, you know what? I can't.
You can't play it. You can't play. I know
that ain't cool.
Disgusting.
Yeah, no, I was gonna play Get On With It for Monty Python.
Wait.
Get on with it.
That one. So,
yes, that one.
You know what's gonna happen if you watch it.
You done fucked up, you know that, don't you?
You done know. You better know that you done fucked up.
Let's see if I got any new ones in here. I don't think I've had any.
All right, Dan.
All right, it's time to boogie, y'all.
We're out. We will
have a good night,
guys. In
2 weeks. 2 weeks. 2 weeks. 2 weeks. Get ready for a surprise.